delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Happer and Schaefer.
Says I take no joy in life. I can see that.
Coming at you live from Coppel Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Why are you yelling at me?
Whatever, make me a bicycle clown.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer.
You might want to look away for this.
Mike Schaefer.
My boy's wicked smart.
This is Happer and Schaefer.
Good morning, welcome in. Happy Thursday. It's Happer and Schaefer here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer, Mike Schaefer with you. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Connor.
How are you?
I'm good. I just had a pretzel.
Are they making you thirsty?
It made me thirsty. I had to get some water. I tried the one that is supposed to be the less hot of the three.
So the second one or the
one that's called All Day.
So for reference, there's, I don't know where these came from. Harrison, do you know where these came from? Yesterday, there was just 3
pretzel bits,
tubs of pretzels that showed up. And that's okay, which is, it's great. I love having snacks around, but there's 3 of them and it varies in hotness level. There is one that just says, try it, which is the most, the most spicy
dangerous
one, the most dangerous. There is a middle one that says all day, and then there's the second one. And then
the second one is whip liquid. The first one is all day. The second one is whip liquid, and the third one is try it.
Okay, I tried the second one yesterday, and it was too much.
Yeah,
the first one was borderline too much.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all day, this should be easy.
Yeah,
and then I immediately ran to get water.
Yeah,
so because I cannot handle anything.
So I will not be trying
the
try it one,
but thank you to whoever brought those in.
Nice Lincoln Lutheran basketball shirt.
Yep.
I heard about Weekday Wade getting.
Weekday Wade is now, or not now, but he will be the head girls basketball coach at Lincoln Northwest.
Yes.
For the Falcons when they take flight in 2022-23.
Congrats to Weekday Wade.
Yeah, he's excited, but he wants to finish out with a title with Lincoln Lutheran this year.
Oh yeah, they still have a
season. They're undefeated currently.
Well, that makes sense because they have Weekday Wade.
They do have Weekday Wade, but they also have their players, which is why they're undefeated.
Yeah, that helps, I suppose. It's Thursday, so we do have the text bag. We have Mike Sauter. We have Should I Click on This Link?
Oh man, I haven't played that game in a bit.
I know. I saw some pretty good ones last night that I think you may be interested in. So we will we'll take a ride down there. We also have a volleyball national semifinal tonight.
Yeah. And Nebraska is playing in it.
Nebraska is playing in it. And in honor of that, we'll have Lincoln Arneal on, who covers volleyball for the Omaha World Herald.
Yeah.
We'll do that in the 10 o'clock.
Who will be in attendance tonight.
Yesterday was a whirlwind of a day, literally. So there was this whole storm situation, and we got to meet Mark Whipple and Mickey Joseph and Donovan Raiola. I left the stadium. Donnie. Yes, correct. Donnie. I left the stadium and I was like right in front of this thing. I was right in front of this storm, and I left, and then I see people immediately tweeting about how much of a disaster it is at the stadium, and it was like terrifying and stuff like that. I was like, I got to get home. I pulled into my garage like 1 second before this thing really fired up at my house, and it lasted like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But man, that was crazy.
It was I've seen like, and I'm not like trying to admonish anyone. I've seen people making jokes like, oh, I lost, a deck chair fell over, that kind of.
Yeah.
There was real tornadoes.
Yeah,
like there's devastation in some towns across the state today. So
actual damage.
Just, don't be overly glib about it. Like if you are fortunate and nothing happened at your household, great, be thankful. Some people lost their house.
It's funny in a way, not that way, not in the damage way. It's the thing that was the weirdest about it, obviously, was the date on the calendar. It was December 15th. you woke up and it felt like it was April, and then it was basically 60 degrees the entire day. Right before the storm hit, it was humid.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, this is just a nice is the Husker baseball game on this afternoon? Like, what's going on? And then the storm hits, and then after the storm, it's about 30 degrees.
Yeah, well, and then the
there's
thing
like
for
snow
me-
mixed in there, hail,
Yeah.
whatever, it's a ridiculous storm.
So I think we left the stadium around the same time. Like, you obviously drove back to where you live in Omaha. I went to my house here in Lincoln, pull in. There's about 15 minutes between when I get parked and go inside. And I spent like the entire time watching the darkness
Yeah.
like creep closer to my house, obviously then engulfs the house and everything else. And it was really weird. Like, it was legitimately a very odd weather day. Just watching, like, even driving down Vine Street, there'd be these little areas where the leaves were blowing in a circular fashion, going up like a, not like a cyclone or anything, but that's sort of what it kind of looked like. It was just an odd day. And then for about, like you said, 8 minutes, it was pretty bad. The wind was absolutely howling.
Yes.
To the point that, like, I don't hear anything, and I could hear it in my house very distinctly. Slider hated every second of it.
Oh God, I can't imagine the Slider.
Sideways rain.
I saw your Slider picture. He looked terrified.
Sideways rain is always sort of amazing.
Yeah.
Like when it's raining so hard and the wind is whipping so fast that you can just watch it like shoot through areas.
Yeah, I cracked my window momentarily, and it, like, as I'm driving my car, and it hit me in the face.
Yeah. What are you trying to blind yourself as you're driving on the interstate?
Well, it wasn't like downpouring at the time. I just
Right.
wanted to get a sense of what was going on. But these just like stray drops came flying in, and I cracked my window and right in the eye.
Oh man.
That was the extremely weird day.
It was an odd, yeah.
And
It was
then
definitely an odd day.
that's-
And you nailed it. It felt like, because we've all kind of had the experience where it's a hot June day, and then you sort of feel like the temperature change a little bit and the wind picks up, and like that's kind of what creates the tornado feeling.
Right.
Like,
There's a rhythm to it.
this would be a hot December day where you kind of also got that feeling in the air, like, oh, something's coming.
Yeah,
a
it's
little bit.
storms a brewing.
Yeah.
And it was
Well,
December
change in
15th.
current, I guess, is the technical term. of
And
it.
that was right after meeting Nebraska's new assistant coaches, all
Yeah.
three of Nebraska's new assistant coaches, so it was just an unorthodox situation. I thought for a second that we were all going to have to go like downstairs and like take cover. I'm glad that I wasn't on the 6th floor of the stadium
I
at the
was
time
going
the
to say
storm
there
hit.
was
I know a few people wrote it out there.
yeah, Brunts, Bass,
but yeah,
BC.
rough.
The crane. I didn't even think about the crane. Mitch Sherman tweeted about.
I looked at the crane before the storm hit. I'm like, uh-oh.
I didn't even think about the crane. That could have been really bad.
Well, you could see like the wrecking, like the ball with the, I don't know, construction people are gonna be really mad. Like
We're not construction.
the
people.
ball with the hook on it, whatever that is, it's just got the hook on it. It's like swaying like a
Really?
pendulum. Like if it hits anything, it is destruction. But it's not like a wrecking ball though. It's a
Yeah.
different deal. But I'm like, this is just we need to just cross our fingers for about 10 minutes here.
We had the whole thing about forklift operators.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if crane operators have their own society.
I'm sure they do, because that is a horrible job. You could not pay me any amount of money
Because
to
you'd be
climb
up
up
so
that
high?
train. Yeah,
Yeah.
That crane.
Happer does not like heights.
Mm-mm.
Watching him go up water slides was sort of amazing.
You have to walk up the whole thing. You have to climb up the
Yeah.
entire thing.
Yeah.
No way. Let's
You
just
could never be a window washer on the 70th floor.
No.
No interest in climbing on scaffolding.
No. I can't even. I mean, it's like 15
The whole
feet
famous
off the ground.
picture of the people taking their lunch break sitting on that thing.
Oh my god, it scares me just looking at it. It really does. It scares me
Amazing.
just looking at it.
Amazing.
It's the open air part. So
Yeah.
if there's any, if there's no barrier between, I mean, we had the discussion of me trying to open up the window on one of those suites on the 6th floor doing the. Did we talk about this?
No.
Maybe
Maybe we did.
It was Mark and Rico who were making fun of me for it. So they put me in like a suite
For the game.
for the high school state
Yeah, I
championship
remember
game.
this vaguely.
And the windows aren't open, but they flip open like like a they open from the bottom and they go up and they kind of sit up that way.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to actually open it, you have to use a stick attached to like a hook, and you have to put. But I can't like.
You didn't want to get so close. To
I'm
the
worried
edge of it.
that the pull of the window opening is going to pull me out the window and fling me 6 floors down to my death. That was what I was worried about, and so I couldn't open or shut the window. But the people before me on the last game had shut the window. It was open. I forgot to tell them to leave it open. They had shut the window. And I had to I needed a crowd mic. I needed to put the microphone out the window. So I was just barely poking it open a little bit. Got the microphone out the window. Stepped back. It was like a horrifying.
Where did
experience.
you lose the crowd mic? Or you lost the mic?
I
socket?
lost the socket to it
Yeah.
because I was trying to pull it back in the window when the window still wasn't really open. It was just kind of cracked and it fell off into. I mean, that was a price that I was willing to pay.
Rather than you
For that situation.
Yeah,
yes.
fair.
Wasn't going to fall into the net or anything like that. And this is all after talking to. What were your impressions of the 3 assistants yesterday?
I didn't talk. So there was 4 people talking. I was told to just go sit at the Mickey Joseph table. So I do.
How'd you enjoy that?
I really enjoyed it. I think I would have enjoyed sitting with Eric Shenander too. I suspect.
Oh yeah, I forgot he talked.
Of the 3 new coaches, Mickey Joseph is probably the most personable. Though people seem to enjoy Mark Whipple and then, Donovan Raiola. I don't know as much on that one. There was people were getting after him on Twitter, like fans were. He's got to get better at this. It's like,
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He's been here for like a couple days. Let's calm down.
He also doesn't have to get better at it. He's an offensive line coach.
I don't know. It's just one of those things.
He's here to coach the offensive line.
So I can't speak to them. Mickey Joseph was awesome. You got the full gamut of him talking about his time at Nebraska, talking about LSU and why he felt like they were successful there, giving great stories about how on the day before signing day, he kept Jamar Chase on the phone for 4 hours so no one else could get a hold of him. Jamar Chase got tired and was like, Coach, I got to go to bed. And so he calls him at like 6 a.m. so nobody can talk to him. He's like, I let him go to sleep, and then I woke him up. I talked to him all the way until when he signed the paper.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's how he ended up with the best wide receiver in the country.
Well,
more or less.
You got to put in the work.
Which one of the great stories that Bruns and I were ever told by an assistant coach was from Terry Joseph about how recruiting really doesn't start until about 4 hours before midnight on the day before signing day, which exactly encompasses what Mickey Joseph was talking about.
Yeah.
So that was great. He was really entertaining. We got into kind of what he's looking for. And I'll put it this way. If you can be Tarzan, you can be an incredible athlete, you can have great hands, but if you aren't willing to work, you're not going to survive with him, because he basically, and this is, I don't know that it was a coded message to the receivers in his room or the ones that he's going to go get, but every single time that you step onto the field for Mickey Joseph, you better be ready to go, because if you're not, he's throwing you out. And if he's throwing you out, he's not letting you back in.
Right.
So I loved it. I mean, I think there's a lot of personality there. I think, he's going to have a room that he's already really excited about. He mentioned Oliver Martin, Omar Manning, Xavier Betts, Alante Brown. He's done some self-scouting already with what he has. I think he's excited about some of that athleticism, Latrell Neville, Will Nixon, and what he has there. And then he wants more. And he said this, and this is music to the ears of fans everywhere. He basically said, you can't be scared of who you're recruiting against, because you got to beat them on a football field. So you got to be able to beat them in the recruiting realm too.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is a guy who didn't come here as any sort of like, oh, well, it's my alma mater, I got to go help it. No, he came here because he wants to win. He thinks that Scott Frost can win. He thinks he can help Nebraska win. And he thinks Nebraska is a place where winning should be happening.
Whipple was interesting. He's just sitting there and people kind of start firing questions at him. And I think that,
what do you think about fake slides?
I think it was I don't know I don't know if that came up.
No, how do you not bring that up? That was his quarterback.
Yeah. I didn't even think
what
about
the hell,
that.
people?
Yeah, that was like a week ago.
That'd have been question number 4 for me.
So the
NCAA just told you that your quarterbacks can no longer fake slide after your quarterback
yeah
successfully pulled it off on a 76-yard touchdown run.
The Kenny Pickett rule.
How do you feel? And then he would have,
Oh, he would have fired off into whatever he would have fired off into. But like the first question was like, what does the Mark Whipple offense do? And he was like, whatever the defense, I'm paraphrasing, whatever the defense, the opposite of what the defense thinks you're going to do. It's so interesting because we often hear from coaches and how they have these like these football beliefs and like to their core, this is the style that we're going to play and this is how we're going to teach it. And I don't know that Whipple. I don't know that Whipple is really like.
Where were you going?
I was going to say. I almost said nipple. I don't know that Whipple is really like that. I think it's more of like, we're going to take what the defense has given to us. I have been in a whole bunch of different offenses. I have expertise in all these different things in all these different areas of the country. And it's also based on what we have in the room. And that's why I was talking to you guys about the quarterback thing earlier during the spillover. And I don't, the sense that I got from yesterday is I don't know that they're looking for like any specific physical traits in a quarterback and like, this is what you have to be, this is what you have to do. But he was asked about kind of what do you want to see in a quarterback? And he brought up all these kind of intangible things like leadership and you got to be a badass and all this other stuff. There was really nothing about the physical part of it. And I'm sure they have an idea of which way they ideally kind of want to go with it. But right now they're kind of at the mercy of what they get.
Sure.
And I think Whipple is kind of the right guy for that spot, considering there's so much uncertainty in the direction that they're headed, because he just, he could be kind of whatever he wants to be.
Yeah.
So people attach like, well, they're going to throw it a whole bunch of times because they had Kenny Pickett and threw it a whole bunch of times. And that's what they need to do. And that's who they want to be. That's not the case. It doesn't feel like the case for me from meeting him yesterday.
Yeah. You put together the pieces of the players that have played for him, how they speak about it.
Oh, they did talk about the fake slide. I must have left by the time somebody brought it up. Then.
Okay.
Thank you, text line. Text line's always there.
He just feels like he brings an adaptable element to what's there. I mean, some of that.
Yes, that's it.
Is that he has been a coach for so long that, offense isn't so much about reinventing the wheel. It's sometimes just like putting different pieces in different places. And this is a guy who just sounds like he absorbs a bunch of different stuff.
Absolutely.
And then can kind of mold whatever he has to it. And that's what he did at UMass. That's what Andrew Ford talked about at Pitt. They knew that they had a receiver group that they liked. And so that's part of why they threw as much as they did, because that was where their strength was going to be. Now,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And if Nebraska has a running game, he's going to work off of that too. And then you're going to get a lot of play action.
Isn't that the perfect scenario for, first of all, a coaching staff that needs to win right now and definitely doesn't know exactly what the talent's going to look like on the offensive side of the ball or what profile they're going to have. It feels like the right guy for the right time, even if it is short term or whatever. It feels like the right guy for this specific situation. And Nebraska is in a very specific situation right now.
They got to win, and they don't know what they have.
Exactly. So, it's pretty unique.
Yeah, and we talked about this. We joked
the adaptability part is huge.
Yeah, we joked whether it's chicken or the egg. And with an offensive coordinator, do they have a system that enhances a player, or do the players make the system? That kind of thing. And so we'll know with Whipple pretty early on. I again, the relationship with him and Scott Frost is by far the most fascinating element in all of this. I thought it was really interesting to hear Frost talk about how he's known him a long time.
Yeah.
He's respected him a long time. It was a no-brainer for him when he found out that there was interest there, that kind of thing. I don't know where their paths crossed. I mean, Frost didn't really necessarily
Whipple talked about it a little bit, and I wish I could recall exactly, but he had been so many places.
Well, yeah.
Saw him kind of out on the recruiting trail and stuff like that.
And that's the thing. Like,
but it started with Chip Kelly.
Okay.
So he was in the Northeast, and I'm not exactly sure where him and Chip Kelly crossed. They were on a staff together at some point, and then he was out of Oregon doing it. So that's kind of where it was.
Well, and then these coaches, it doesn't have to be that they coach together at the same staff, but it could be just as simple as like there's a connection there. So Chip Kelly's like, yeah, Scott, why don't you reach out to Mark on this?
Yeah.
And then that's kind of where a relationship can sort of form. So I thought that was really kind of interesting, from the comments from Frost. I also thought, and this goes back to Mickey Joseph. He basically talked about how he would try to watch as much Nebraska as possible this year, because he sort of felt coming into the year that there was a good chance he was going to end up at Nebraska. So take that how you want to. But he watched a lot of a team in 2021 when he had his own team going too.
It sounds like a guy who almost took a job here a year ago.
It sounds like someone who knew that there was interest in his skill set for a while.
There you go.
So he is more well-versed in what Nebraska both had and how last year played out than probably either Whipple or Raiola, because he spent more time watching.
Yeah.
And he basically, someone asked him, it might've been Dirk, and because it was Dirk, myself, and Sipple, and he was looking in that direction. And usually the question, and I know I didn't ask it, so it was one of those two. And they asked him, because he talked about watching the season and rewatching things. And they asked him if he could pinpoint what he thought went wrong. And I think he has answers, but he basically phrased it as this. He wants to wait until the entire staff comes together to have that conversation. But he basically said that he felt like there was a lot of conversation about how it was one play with Nebraska. And he goes, there's never one play.
I heard that.
It's never one play.
Yeah, I was there.
There was total team things going on in games. And that was refreshing to me too.
He was like, it's never one play.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. I like when guys don't want to excuse it as, well, they lost the Michigan State game because they punted to the left. Yes, that was a factor in it. And maybe you could argue the most direct factor in it. They still had chances to go score after that. They still had chances to score before that. So I found that refreshing. You can tell, at least I think from what I listened or read about Whipple and then Joseph, and I haven't really dove into anything with Raiola, but at least two of the three are really professional coaches.
Yep.
They're guys that have been places, that have been in really successful systems, that have and understand the traits of what makes successful football. I think Scott Frost really needs that element to blend into what he wants to do and to help him too.
Mickey Joseph seems like a long-term, a guy who's here for the long term.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he wants to be here. He has things that he kind of is.
He wants his family here. He wants to be in Lincoln.
Yeah.
He said that, he basically built it as if it was an epiphany, but he's like, this is where I think I need to be for my life, where my family needs to be. And I think Nebraska needs me.
Let's take a quick time out here. We'll come back. I want to hear from you guys on the show. As always, 402-464-5685. So last night we were going back and forth a little bit on a quarterback conversation, in the room quarterback conversation.
Yeah.
In the past, we've had the odds of who's going to be the starting quarterback in 2022 for Nebraska. Let's just dive into that a little bit.
Okay.
Based on what we heard yesterday and what we know now, basically an update, we'll kind of revamp those odds and talk about the future for those guys next on Happer and Schaefer.
Follow Connor and Mike on Twitter at Connor Happer, at Mike J. Schaefer. You're listening to Happer and Schaefer. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
A much quieter day of weather. For our Thursday, we'll see sunny skies, an afternoon high of around 46. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15. A few passing clouds tonight, a low dropping down to 28. We'll see clearing skies tomorrow, similar temps with an afternoon high of 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. In 2021, the Step Forward Awards has been postponed to December 9th and moved to a virtual space. Join us in thanking volunteers for all they do by tuning in to the virtual Step Forward Awards celebration. Visit serve.nebraska.gov to register. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for maintenance techs. They have needs for the 10B shift, Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m., the 12A shift, Saturday through Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and the 12B shift, Saturday through Monday from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Minimum 2 years experience in a fast-paced industrial environment is recommended to apply, and pay is based on experience. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs.
Look around your house. You don't really have any room for Christmas gifts. Things are stuffed into closets, and your garage is a mess too. For a unique gift this holiday, call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for their Christmas organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that will be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. Storage options for cabinets, monkey bars, shelving, or slat wall. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638. That's 730-1638.
Hi, I'm Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska in the NFL, I wore lots of protective gear to safeguard my health. I'm still protecting my health, as well as my family, friends, and community because I got my COVID vaccine. And now, even kids 5 years and older can be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get your booster shot if you qualify. It's free, it's safe, and it protects all of us. Suit up against COVID. Find out more at healthylincoln.org.
Security First Bank. We're the bank, and we make your mortgage more manageable with flexible terms, trusted advice, and competitive rates. When you work with us, we'll know your name, but we'll also get to know your home dreams too. Security First Bank of Lincoln. Voted Best Small Bank in Nebraska by Newsweek magazine. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 505011. Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
This year, show her she's the one with 1 carat diamond jewelry from Riddle's Jewelry, your trusted family-owned jeweler for over 60 years. Choose from Riddle's remarkable collection of 1 carat total weight diamonds in rings, pendants, bracelets, or earrings at prices you'll love with savings up to 50%. Show the one you love how much they mean to you with the perfect 1 carat diamond gift from Riddle's Jewelry.
Located in Gateway Mall.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
You know, the year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here in Happer and Schaefer, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer, Mike Schaefer with you. All right, so Nebraska doesn't have their next quarterback, presumably, unless they completely strike out in the portal, which isn't off the table.
They'll get someone from the portal. They won't strike out.
Right. Okay.
Will they get someone that they think will be their starter for 2022? That we don't know for sure. But
Seems
they will
likely.
get someone from the portal.
Yeah, all this, I mean, it's conversation that's probably a little moot as far as 2022 starting quarterback is concerned. But here's what they have right now. Yesterday, they signed a quarterback by the name of Richard Torres, who goes by the nickname Richie, as referred to by the coaching staff. They have a 2021 recruit, Heinrich Harburg.
Yep.
They have 2020 recruit Logan Smothers.
Yes.
Who we did see start in the Iowa game. Now, knowing what we now know with new offensive coordinator in place, what does the future look like for each of those three guys? Which of the three do you find the hardest to project? That would be my initial question to you, Schaefer.
The hardest to project.
Not as a player is concerned, but their career at Nebraska.
It's probably for me Logan Smothers. Even though he has the most experience, I think his arm talent relative to the other two is lesser. And I do think that matters in the offensive system. I expect that Mark Whipple and Scott Frost will run together at Nebraska. And so he has, like I said, he has the most experience. His intangibles are great. He obviously stepped into a tough situation against Iowa,
but
and gave Nebraska an opportunity.
We know the most about him. That's what's interesting with him. And I know that it's not necessarily great. Like it doesn't project to, I think, what they're going to try to do.
Sure.
But I
know the most about him. And
I actually find with Logan Smothers that we have the most certainty with him, and you can almost kind of remove him from the future conversation if they go the way I think they're going to
go. And if he feels like he's not going to get a real opportunity, then maybe you can remove him. I mean, I don't know what he's going to choose to do, and maybe it could completely work. I just look at that Iowa game, and when Nebraska needed a play, what was it? It was his feet.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think that's the future of this offense.
I don't think it is either.
And so because of that, I definitely lean more towards Harburg is probably the most interesting of those guys from a developmental standpoint. He does have the ability to move a little bit, but he has a big arm. We know that he has a big arm. We've seen it in terms of watching him as a high school player and then during the spring game and everything else. He's going to have to learn. The offense is going to change a little bit on him, and so how quickly he can pick that up is going to dictate how his spring goes.
Is he the biggest wild card, or is it Torres?
I think it's him. Torres is where Harburg was a year ago. He'll come in January. He's got to be healthy enough to go through spring ball, but Frost seemed to express expectation that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
He has a really good arm. Like I don't think that's in question. I think he's a little less of an athlete than Harburg.
Yes.
And so we'll certainly, have an opportunity to watch those guys in the spring. If you were like, Mike, which one of the three quarterbacks right now long-term has the best chance to develop under this staff, it's still Harburg for me. I still just think I think they want him to be the guy eventually. I think he has the skill set and the physical tools. And that's where I would put my money right now. If you're like, you got to pick one of the three.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think he's the safer for some reason. He's the safer of the two between him and Torres, just because we don't know much about Torres yet. And then Smothers, we've kind of seen how he might fit. It's a really interesting,
and we shouldn't write off Smothers, because if you can sort of build a quick passing offense that's not based on going downfield, then he can be involved in that. And it's not that he can't go downfield, it's just that he's more limited compared to the other two. You line up those three guys and you have them each throw a football. The guy who's going to throw it the furthest is either going to be Torres or Harburg.
What if they decide, I know this would obviously be a huge heel turn, but this goes back to what I was saying last segment.
A heel turn?
Yeah. This goes back to what
Nebraska face?
No, not in this situation. This goes back to what I was saying in the last segment about Whipple and what he brings to the table and the kind of marriage of what they're doing or non. My sense on, and I know they threw it a whole bunch at Pittsburgh over the last couple of years, and they had a really, really good quarterback there who they felt like could do it. But the more we know about Whipple is that he wants to adapt to kind of what they have. So if they strike out in the portal, if they don't get a starting quality caliber type of quarterback, which I still think they probably will, then there is a world where they just really like Logan Smothers and the intangibles that he brings to the table so much. And he talked about guys being a, you know what, yesterday. And I don't think we could say that word on the radio. A jerk. Whipple, like
he
wants his quarterbacks to be jerk stores. Right. Exactly. Never met a nice quarterback or something like that. And they like that piece of it so much that they build an offense around what he can do, which would not be what we've seen from Kenny Pickett over the last couple of years. Like there's a world where that can happen.
So the thing with Logan Smothers to me is that you want to kind of keep him around because at the very worst, he would be a really nice backup to have. Like if something happens to your starting quarterback, you got a guy that, gives a little bit of a curveball, but also you trust, you like the intangibles. He's tough. He's got leadership skills. I mean, there is a world in which Mark Whipple becomes enamored with what Logan Smothers has from those intangibles.
Yes.
It's can you marry that with what his deficiencies are, which I think is somewhat his ability to go downfield.
I would agree.
And so if you can do that, then Logan Smothers can be that guy. I just think from a physical talent standpoint, he's more limited than the other options are going to end up having.
I think so too, but I don't know that you want to like totally, if you end up in a situation where you're dealing with these three guys as your potential starting quarterback next year, which I don't think you are. Like, I don't know if you want to really, it doesn't seem like the type of offense or coaching staff or coach in Whipple to just square peg round hole it. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like that.
Yeah, I think he would
to force Torres in or force Harburg in because his skill set kind of loosely
whoever's
looks
going to play is someone that has to be ready to play.
Exactly.
So if that's Harburg, great. If that's Torres as a true freshman, impressive.
Yeah.
If it's Smothers, they'll make it work. Like I have little doubt that they can put together an offense that can be competent. It's whether that offense can be good. And as we have discussed, the offense, in my mind, is going to have to carry a much heavier load in 2022 than it did in 2021.
Yeah.
So you can't just have serviceable.
True.
So
no, I mean, it's moot because they're going into the portal and they're going to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Just wanted to take stock of the current quarterbacks that they have.
And it might be moved, but here's the thing. Like, who's to say whoever they go get in the transfer portal doesn't get hurt in the spring and you have to use one of those guys anyways.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared for all situations.
My guess would actually be at this point that they end up with two.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Two quarterbacks in the portal.
I think they're going to try to stock that room as much as possible. And if someone's upset with that, then whatever. But I think they're going to try to go in and get what they can.
So, Rico, the odds on the board of the guys that of the options that we currently have. We went over this probably a week or two ago.
We did.
Let's try again.
Forgot to update it, but it's fine.
So this is like what it originally was when we had this exercise.
Yes.
Okay.
Portal plus 300.
Okay, that's like minus 500 at this point, I think.
I just
Schaefer,
want to fix it.
Do you feel comfortable making that a heavy favorite?
Minus 500 seems too low.
Okay.
Let's go minus 1,000.
Minus 1,000.
Yeah.
We feel that confident.
I feel that confident.
I feel that confident as well that Nebraska's starting quarterback for the first game in 2022 in beautiful Dublin, Ireland against Northwestern will be a person who is not currently on the roster and comes to Nebraska via the transfer portal.
Okay. The other plus 300 was Logan Smothers.
Yeah, I mean with the shift, he goes up to like maybe plus 1,000.
Not a plus 1,000. Let's say plus 600.
Okay,
plus 650, something like that.
All right.
And then maybe
is he the most?
Maybe Harburg is at a plus 1,000.
Is he the most likely out of the three that are still on campus?
For me, yes, but only because I don't know that Harburg would
be ready.
Yeah, that would be the one hesitation. And maybe you could put those guys a lot closer. So plus 650, plus 800.
Yeah.
Torres is like plus 1,500 for me. I don't think that's
I'm with
gonna
you.
happen.
Yeah, I'm with you. So where's Heinrich at?
Heinrich is third on the list, plus 700.
Okay, that's probably pretty
Just
close.
leave him
Yeah,
there?
just leave him. He's kind of still a dark horse. Like people look at it and it's like picking Purdue to win the Big Ten West or something like that. Like it could have. There's a real way.
There's a path.
There's a real path.
Is
here.
it a likely path? No, but there's a path.
Yeah.
Adrian Martinez was before that at plus 500.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, I mean,
you want me to just get rid of him?
Yeah, take him off the board.
Off
He's
the
not on the
board?
roster anymore.
I mean, well, he's in the portal. He hasn't committed to another school.
I want him off the board.
I don't want him off the board yet, Rico. I don't want him off the board.
Plus 15 billion.
Yeah, it's like plus 100 billion, but yeah, I don't want him off the board.
I think he's up
100B.
Yes, 100B. I think you'd be smart to put $1 on this, but
I would not put $1 on that.
you wouldn't even waste $1.
No, you'd be losing $1.
I don't care
Do
about.
you make a bet when you know you're going to lose?
Well, if it's $1, it's not much of a risk.
Plus 100.
You know you're going to lose. There's no reason to bet that $1.
What if Adrian Martinez?
He's not coming back.
What if he comes back?
He's not.
But he could.
He could, but he's not.
And
Hey,
until he
remember what we
can't-
just said? There is a path.
There's
we're
no
on a
path.
path. Yeah, we're on a path.
Are we on a trail?
There's no trail.
Yes,
they
there
burned the
is.
boats. He's not coming back.
No, they didn't burn the boats
He
yet.
burned the boats.
No, they didn't.
There's
the
a
boats
boat.
are burned.
There's a boat. It's a rowboat. And he
Did you
only has
hear
one
it?
arm. But there's
He's
a
out
rowboat.
at sea. He's not coming back.
He's out at sea. The boat is not burned.
There's no way he's coming back.
The boat could potentially turn around and redock.
Like I said, he has one arm.
We
so
need to
he's-
figure out which of the two analogies we want to use.
He's rowing
you
in a
can't be
circle.
out at sea and burn the boats. Those are opposite.
I said the,
So
boat,
if
the
you burn
boats
the
aren't
boats,
burned.
you're on the island. You're not going back to where you came
Well,
from.
you could have burned the boats
If
before
you
went
were out
sea.
at sea,
He's out. So are we saying that the island is his next school and
Yeah.
that he's
Yes.
he's out at sea?
no, he's already on the island.
Oh no.
He's
not
not-
on
he
the
hasn't
island.
committed.
The
He
boats are
hasn't committed.
burned.
He
He's
hasn't-
not coming back.
He hasn't committed to the
I
other
will
school.
not put $1 on this.
I would put $1 on it.
100 billion.
100B.
No,
Okay.
no dollar.
Okay, whatever you say.
You can't win.
Until he commits to Kansas State in the next 48 hours, we
Yeah,
cannot
Schaefer.
do
It could
this.
be like 8 minutes from now.
Well, then we wait 8 minutes.
You guys are going to owe $1.
I'm not betting it. I just want the odds still to be on there
I
so
would-
we
The
can
general
collect.
principle holds true. You don't bet if you know it's a loss.
We are
But you
the
don't
book.
know it's a loss.
I know it's a loss.
Schaefer, we are the book. We're leaving it up there so people, if like people want to give us $4, like if 4 people want to give us $1 to bet on this 1 in 1 billion bet,
$4 for
then
us.
that's fine. We'll
I
take the
feel like
$4.
we owe it to the people to not put a line out there when we know it isn't going to happen.
It is probably a risk that the book wouldn't take.
Yeah, there's no value for the book here.
No value for the book.
You have
at
to
all.
make the line so high, and then but whatever. It's not happening. The boats have been burned.
Whatever, man.
I don't think the boat's burned.
I don't either. Richard Torres plus 1,000
I would bump that higher.
coming off a torn ACL.
12 or 12.
Let's go 12.
1250.
1250. I like 1250.
1250 plus 1250. Rico.
Plus 1250. Walk on
I like
plus
that we got
1,500.
just enough of them in
It's
there.
like your odds guy.
1250.
Who and was the other option?
Walk on plus 1,500.
Okay.
Plus 2,000.
I mean, the walk on would
Be really tough to do.
Now, what if? Let me present you a situation. What if it's like an Oliver Martin type walk on?
Okay.
Where like he's a good quarterback, but for whatever reason it just doesn't work out that he can like get a scholarship or something like that, and he comes to Nebraska, is their starting quarterback, and walks on.
Like if Baker Mayfield was a walk on?
Yeah, like a Baker Mayfield walk on.
Who do we think that
I don't
could
know who
even-
this is.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is, but it's a scenario that has existed before.
Sure.
If it's a transfer portal walk on, does that still count?
No,
Yeah.
because they'll offer a scholarship.
Well,
What if
in
they
the
don't?
scenario
That's the
that
scenario
they don't.
that they don't.
Yeah.
So they're going to take 2 to 3 quarterbacks,
Let-
one
yeah.
of which could be a walk-on that has somehow the ability to jump all of the other players already on the roster, in addition to the quarterbacks we expect them to take.
That's correct.
Again,
I think
Schaefer,
the odds need to be high.
there is a path.
Just as we walk through it, I acknowledge a path. I say bump the odds higher.
Okay, what do you want it at?
5,000?
Sure.
5,000, Rico.
Plus 5,000.
And is there anybody else on there?
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Okay.
Unnamed other QB plus 5,000.
That was in the
if-
scenario Frost got fired, and
Yeah, that one's off.
So erase that one.
Yeah, just
off the
just
board.
take it.
And
off
then the
board.
last one was Bubba Starlinger, a minor league baseball player.
And what was that at?
10,000.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
So leave that one up.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you take Adrian off yet?
Nope. He's at plus 100B.
The boats have not been burned.
Plus 100B.
They're burnt. You can't get back in the boats.
All right, there's our current and potentially future quarterback stock check.
Why do I would say 70% of my analogies involve some sort of
Boat
or maritime type theme.
Everybody in the recruiting world has really
You're in the
adopted
boat.
the in the boat.
You're out of the
thing.
boat. The boats have
Yes.
been burned.
Yeah, the boat thing. PJ Fleck has to be just like sitting there like
You're up a creek without a paddle.
he's probably sitting back like, yeah, I did this. Look at everybody talking about boats now. Everybody wants to be in my
I
boat.
talked about boats before I knew about Western Michigan under PJ Fleck.
All right, let's take a break. Appreciate our odds correspondent.
We
Rico.
really need to get a boat sponsor here.
A boat sponsor. All right, we'll take a time out. Come back. It is 9:00. Yeah, that's right. Which means it's time for the text bag.
What a great hour.
Send us a text 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. The text bag is up next.
More of Happer and Schaefer is coming your way on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Ow! God!
Ow! Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill has food and drink specials every night for all the games. Enjoy jumbo pork tenderloin for $8.99 and 90-cent wings for Monday Night Football, or comfort Thursday Night Football with chicken fried chicken, steak, or pork for just $9.99 and $20 Coors Light aluminum buckets. Watch college football on Saturdays with an Eggie sandwich for $9.99 and Coors Light specials, and catch NFL Sundays with Bloody Marys and more. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Man, we sure could use an easy win this season. I hear you. That's why I suggested to the wife that we go to Magical Lights of Seward, the area's largest and most entertaining drive-through Christmas light show. So, by suggesting going to Magical Lights of Seward, you got a win? Yeah, my wife said it was the best idea I'd had in a long time. The kids loved the dazzling light show, synced with traditional and modern Christmas music, and we had an affordable, fun family experience. Get your win too by pre-ordering your tickets today at magicallightsofseward.com/ticket.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A much quieter day of weather. For our Thursday, we'll see sunny skies, an afternoon high of around 46. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15. A few passing clouds tonight, a low dropping down to 28. We'll see clearing skies tomorrow, similar temps with an afternoon high of 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look around your house. You don't really have any room for Christmas gifts. Things are stuffed into closets, and your garage is a mess too. For a unique gift this holiday, call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for their Christmas organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that will be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. Storage options for cabinets, monkey bars shelving, or slat wall. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638. That's 730-1638.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone, and Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting January 8th, all for a chance to win $1,000. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up today. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting January 8th with 2 locations in Lincoln.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Happer and Schaefer.
It says I take no joy in life. I can see that.
Coming at you live from Koppel Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Why are you yelling at me?
Whatever, make me a bicycle clown.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer.
You might want to look away for this.
Mike Schaefer.
My boy's wicked smart.
This is Happer and Schaefer.
Welcome back. It's Happer and Schaefer here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's Thursday. It's 9 o'clock.
Text bag.
It's time for the text bag, which kicks off the variety hour, which includes the text bag. So get your text into 402-464-5685. Mike Sauter of ABpreps.com. And should I click on this link featuring Mike Schaefer?
Will
and
you?
A bunch of stories from tabloid websites.
I hope one of them is about boat burning.
Don't think so. Don't think that's included this week.
I guess I got an extra click to use.
I just thought of that one time you said dump truck dropping off another load. Another load dropped off.
I shouldn't be around a microphone most of the time.
All right.
Here we are. Live radio.
402-464-5685. Let's go.
Text back. Ooh. Every Thursday they go through the text bag. Ooh.
If your arms were spaghetti, would you want them to be cooked or uncooked?
Let's see.
I'd say cooked. Uncooked is too flimsy. Now, are we talking about like out of the box or like pasta you actually
dente?
made with dough?
I'm assuming out of the box.
Okay, out of the box.
I would also probably say cooked because if it was uncooked, it would be brittle. It would break really easily.
Too fragile.
Yeah, and it'd be super rigid even when it wasn't broken. So
you can do cooler dance moves with cooked spaghetti arms.
For sure.
Dance moves are what we're all looking for here too.
I mean, you're not doing much with either.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to hold up anything.
No, so at least I can just like
Waffles.
Wow.
Waffles?
Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Waffles all day.
Pancakes.
What's the rationale? Just to go opposite?
No, I think they're better.
Okay.
How are they better though? They don't have little pockets to hold syrup.
Rico, I don't know. I don't know how they're better.
I like the crisp texture of the waffle more than the.
I like the softness of the pan clock.
Okay.
I don't want the flabbiness of the pancake. I don't know.
So I always call it a pan clock because there's that movie 50 First Dates. You know how he goes into the.
You and Tony Tuioti talk about it.
He goes into the. into the.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
The Kooky Lau, the Lukey Lau lounge or whatever.
Yes.
And that they at one time he ends up calling it a pan clock or something like that. And it's just been in my head for probably 15 years.
I just assumed this was a 4 o'clock thing.
No, pan clock.
When you said it, I thought you said pan cloth, and I was like, well, that's weird, but whatever.
In that movie, the word pan clock is said.
He does say it. Yeah.
And I don't know why it stuck with me for so long, but that's what I call pancakes.
Okay.
Pan clocks.
Sharks. They only bite when you touch their private parts.
He gets it.
Do you so like if you put in French toast, would that change your answer?
No, French toast is probably third. Second. Actually, waffles are third.
I think French toast could be either 1 or 2 for me.
I would
waffles,
put
French toast, and then
I would put French toast over pancakes, but I would still have waffles first.
I
think
forget
that's where I'm at.
about all 3 of them.
You're not a breakfast.
Because I don't eat breakfast, and when I do, it's like an egg-based situation.
Yeah. Well,
like egg, sausage.
You're not like a
cheese.
go to a diner person.
Well,
I love diner breakfast.
It's the same.
I
think it's the greatest of the meals.
I have been in the past, but I always get like a skillet. It's got the mess of eggs and sausage in there, and you can get pancakes on the side or whatever. But I always feel like it's too much.
It's heavy.
If I eat a pancake breakfast, it's pancakes. You don't get any variety.
It's called a pancake breakfast.
You don't get any
You
variety.
get like
though.
sausage. You can get like sausage and eggs, and like if you don't have
On your pancakes?
No, it's off to the side, but it's most like it's a little bit of egg and like
What
two
you
sausage.
can get is like a 2-egg breakfast where you're getting eggs, the sausage, and then
Yeah, but
pancakes
I
on
like
the
my
side.
food to all be kind of stirred together.
I mean, you could stir it together.
Yeah,
okay.
mix it all up. Pancakes don't go in anything.
You can get stuffed pancakes where they put the stuff in it.
I don't want that either.
You could use your pancakes as buns and just have like a pancake egg sausage sandwich.
That's what McDonald's does. It's called the McGriddle.
Which is kind of overrated, but
Agreed. Wow.
Whatever. Losers.
Would you rather be stuck in Jurassic Park or Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Why?
Jurassic Park is trying to kill you. I know Jumanji is like kind of the same way,
So,
but
what
Isn't
happens in either of
Jumanji,
these
you can
movies?
also like get out of it.
yes, you can.
Jurassic Park,
You
you
have
can't
to-
get out of it. There's just dinosaurs.
Yeah, Jumanji, if you win the game,
But
it's
can't-
over.
But isn't the end of Jurassic Park like they like tame the dinosaurs? What
No,
hap-
they do not. Which Jurassic Park? Because really, the first one starts with them going there for the amusement park, and then it all goes to poop, and then they get out. The second one, they go back for something, and then they get out. The third one, they go back for something, and then they get out.
They end up living synonymously.
The second one, they
right?
get out and they go to the mainland because this is like Jurassic Park is like an island. It's sequestered.
Yeah.
How does Jumanji end?
They win the game.
Yeah, you get out of it. You go back to real life.
Well, so in both cases, you get out.
I
So,
mean, they barely
they're
they
bo-
lose a lot of people
But
in
it-
Jurassic Park.
Don't some people die in Jumanji too?
No,
Okay.
you can, but
That's
nobody
the difference
dies.
between PG and PG-13.
Is Jumanji PG-13
No, Jumanji is
or PG? Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. It could be PG-13 language, but
Yeah. Okay.
no death.
I think
I
I've
really
seen.
wanted you to do like adult situation,
Adult situations,
smoking / drug use.
tobacco use.
I'm not sure that I've seen either in their entirety.
I like the Jumanji with The Rock.
The new one?
I like the old one and the new one.
Have you watched both of the new
I
ones?
don't know that I've seen the second one.
It's pretty good.
I enjoyed the Jack Black character certainly. for
hilarious.
The first one.
Who would you rather party with, the Keebler Elves or the Smurfs?
The Keebler elves. 'cause
I don't
they
know
have
what
food.
either of them do.
The Keebler elves are the ones that make the cookies and the crackers and stuff. The
Yeah,
Keebler
but what
crackers.
do they do? What are they cool?
I don't know.
I mean, they're elves that work and make cookies.
Yeah, the Smurfs just sing that dumb Smurf song.
Yeah, Smurfs sing and they're happy and they're joyous and they're blue.
Yeah, I don't like.
They have to watch out for the big cat.
Yeah, and the wizard.
Yeah,
whatever his
I
name
would
is.
probably lean towards the cookie making elves because there'd be cookies.
Food.
So if I have to make a choice here, I'm going with the cookies.
Smurfs seem happier. I like happy people.
Yeah, you do like happy people.
But now, just imagine you hear tra la 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 for like 5 hours.
I am now imagining
It's just a
Happer
party.
as a Smurf. With like the beard and
He's a grumpy Smurf.
we'd be happy.
Yeah, I can see
Do
it.
the Smurfs have names?
You'd be Happer Smurf. There's Papa Smurf.
Happy
Smurf.
Smurf.
I know about Papa
Smurfette.
Smurf.
That's about all the Smurfs.
Happy
I can name.
Smurf. Other Smurfs. Like it's whatever they are, Smurf.
What's
it's
that?
like the dwarves.
What's that character? Yeah, the dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
The
Dopey.
7 dwarfs. Yeah.
Would you rather hang out with dwarves than either the elves or the Smurfs?
You could really run the gambit on the dwarves.
If it were the dwarves from like The Hobbit, yeah, I would. I don't want to hang out with Snow White.
no,
dwarves.
the dwarves, like the like.
What's wrong? Okay, so what? I need explanation here.
What?
Why are you out on the Snow White dwarves?
Oh, because they're boring. What are they? They just go and they mine stuff and then
They're
they come
also
back.
pretty ugly too.
They
Can
are
you name all the
disgusting.
dwarfs?
I cannot. happy.
I'd maybe
dopey,
hang out with
grumpy,
the dwarves because I'd look
sleepy.
better than the dwarves. I'd use them as a way to make myself look better.
No, I'd hang out with the Hobbit dwarves because
would
they're
also
cool.
make you look
They
better.
make a lot of food, and they have cool weapons.
Grumpy, happy, sleepy, bashful, sneezy.
See, I
That's a
wouldn't have got-
personality.
I wouldn't have got bashful
Dopey.
or sneezy.
Have you ever described any person as sneezy?
Well, I know some people that probably are sneezy, but I don't think that you could like your personality can be sneezy.
Okay, there was some dude that sat in front of me at the basketball game, the Michigan basketball game, that sneezed 12 times in a row.
Sorry about that.
I was just
I was
sitting-
allergic to the play on the court.
I'm just sitting there, and he's just. And I'm like, stop.
Did you call him sneezy?
No.
Hey, sneezy!
I heard the people,
down there,
the people behind
sneezy.
me started laughing, and I hear one of them go, "What the hell is he doing?"
Can I change my text line name to Tiny Pig?
Yeah, I never thought about it. Tiny Pig.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the bacon bits that you got with school lunches? They were like red grape nuts.
What?
I don't.
Oh,
Recall...
is this like a hard truth? Like, hey, I bet you really like those bacon bits you got with school lunches. Turns out they were actually red grape nuts.
If I would have ever had them, it would have been I went through the soup and salad line in high school. I guess we had one in middle school.
I don't remember specifically the bacon bits that I got with
I
school
had the little
lunches.
ham chunks, is what I remember putting on my salad.
The ham chunks. Yeah.
At high school and middle school.
I didn't get salad, so I don't know.
Yeah, there was never like a salad bar.
We had a salad bar.
I never had that.
We had a salad bar. We had a little snack area thing where you could get different types of foods also.
What?
Yeah, it was called a la carte for us. Like you could get like little snack packs.
Or it was like
and
a little
stuff.
shop.
Yep. Same.
You get like pizza, sandwiches, or you
What?
could get the regular lunch that
You guys
everybody
got
else
to
is
pick
getting.
Yeah, there
what you
was
got for
regular
lunch?
lunch, there was soup and salad, and then there was like they called it a la carte.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get to pick what you got for lunch?
Pretty much, yeah. Or you could go off campus.
What in the world?
You couldn't do that until you were a senior for us.
I mean, you couldn't, but everyone did. So
Yeah, well,
The best
my school was smaller.
The
My town
best
was smaller. Yeah.
pure athlete at the University of Nebraska is Lexi Rodriguez. Am I wrong?
Pure athlete.
I don't know what that. I don't know.
She's the most successful of 2021, right?
Are you trying to say that
Yeah.
she's the most athletic? Because I don't know that I would agree with.
I don't know about the most athletic. I might go with like somebody on the gymnastics team.
She may end up being the most decorated.
Yes.
Decorated works. Yeah, that might be the better.
I wouldn't say pure athlete, but
she's
I mean
incredible. Like,
yeah.
very, very, very good.
Since all of them are considered athletes, I would say the best athlete currently would be her, but a pure athlete, I don't know if I would say her.
This text just says, "Sounds good, thank you."
Awesome.
You're
Is
welcome.
it a wrong number text?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay. We'll never know.
Make Connor stop saying else. He sounds like a damn fool.
Else?
Like something else? Oh,
Or
I guess I
else?
kind of do say that. Something else?
Else.
Something else.
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 I don't know. Something else.
Else?
Something else. Yeah, I guess.
I don't
Okay.
know. I've never
I
heard
do
you
say
say-
that.
I don't know.
All right, I'll try and stop. Thank you. Men's basketball or a kick in the neck? Men's basketball.
In basketball, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to be kicked in the neck.
I can turn it off.
Yeah, they're both the same.
Why has my idea that Urban Meyer tanks at Jacksonville and then replaces Scott Frost and takes us to dominate plan not been talked about more? Urban did just get fired.
He did just get fired. I think the problem with your plan is I see no way in which Trev Alberts hires Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer is not a great person if the stories are true.
It's going to be a no for me, dog. He kicked his kicker.
Just make your
In the
kicks.
neck
Just make your
for
kicks.
watching Nebraska basketball.
He didn't kick him in the neck.
No,
He just
Kicked him in the
kicked him.
shin.
it was a 5 out of 10. I'm told.
If you could attend any sporting event ever aside from the 2014 American League wildcard game,
Happer.
what would you choose?
So it could be past or present.
Damn it. What am I supposed to do?
Well, you can pick like game.
Nowhere else he wants to go.
I would re-attend the 2014 American League
You
wildcard.
can pick game 5
I
of
mean,
the World Series.
yeah, the clinching game.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be kind of
So,
nice.
so I guess it's just anything that has already happened or anything that could
Any
happen?
sporting event ever. I would say that it's an event probably that already happened.
Okay, so we'll go past tense on it.
Yes.
I would go January 24th, 2014, New York City. Carmelo Anthony dropped 62 points on the Charlotte Bobcats.
That would be your pick. You would go to a Knicks Bobcats game?
Yep. In Madison Square Garden, where Carmelo Anthony scores 62 points.
The problem in my
horrible.
life is that all of the good sporting events happen before the even bigger thing. So would I have loved to have been at the Minneapolis Miracle when Diggs scored that touchdown? Absolutely. But then knowing what I know that follows it, where they lose 45-7 to the Eagles.
That's true.
So I don't have, like, would I have loved to have been at game, 4 when Cleveland goes up 3-1 against the Cubs? Sure. But then I know everything that I have no good sports joy. So I have to find something other than that. So Rigo's answer actually works in the sense that it's only because of Carmelo Anthony.
Like, I could say any of the Patriots Super Bowls, but it's fine. I watched those all on television. I enjoyed the moment.
Gosh, taking that wild card game off the table is really throwing me for a loop.
The sad thing is nothing was taken off the table for me, and I have no answer.
I mean, you could go to the clinching game of the World Series.
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know. I'd still rather go to the wild card game.
I don't even have an answer.
If I could live that night again, knowing that this was going to be the pinnacle of my sports existence, this would be the best game that I would ever
You
attend.
can't. You're not allowed to.
Oh my God, that would.
You have to pick something else.
I would take, and I tried to take it all in because it was my first playoff game that I ever went to. And I'm like, look, the Royals haven't been here for 30 years. They're probably not getting back anytime soon. This is literally it. This is all we have. This is the only playoff game. And I guess it got better after that.
Little did you know.
No, I don't know. I don't want to do it again. It's pure, but I long for it. I long for that moment.
Man, like I still don't have an answer. I have nothing.
I don't either.
I feel like a failure. I can't pick a single thing because there's just sadness.
I don't like either team, but Game 6 down in Miami with the Heat and the Spurs would be pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
with Ray Allen hitting that shot after all the Heat fans are walking out.
Maybe the 2011 when Dirk Nowitzki hit a game winner.
Oh,
against the Heat team. I was really into that NBA playoffs. That was probably the last time that I would have called myself like super into the NBA.
The Orlando Magic kicking the Cleveland Cavaliers out of the playoffs and sending LeBron to
2009.
Miami. Yeah, sending LeBron to Miami.
Yeah. No. That's where I'm at.
I'm still coming up empty. Nothing tops that. Do you think humans could realistically win a war against aliens? I don't know. I feel like we probably overestimate aliens a little bit. I mean, we just automatically give them credit for being smarter than us, and I just don't know if that's true yet.
Who's to say they're that technologically advanced?
Exactly.
So, I mean, they're making it to our planet, but
now they do have seemingly the advantage to of supersonic travel.
What I don't understand is why is it that we always have to fight the aliens at home? Why can't it be a road game?
We ain't going nowhere.
Why isn't the U.S. going out finding the aliens and conquering their world? What happened to Manifest Destiny? That's my question.
I don't think we can play on the road.
If you put the effort to play on the road, you can go on the road.
We're not a road team, Schaefer.
I think they could have been a road team if they wanted. Then they cut all space travel, and now you only have, Jeff Bezos going off to space.
Our bus only holds our equipment.
Phallic symbol.
Here's the truth about us versus the aliens. If it played out like an MLB season where you get 81, you get 81 games at home and you get 81 games on the road, I think we'd probably be about a 500 team at home against the aliens. And the truth of the matter is we wouldn't win one single game on the road.
They're not putting any effort to go on the road.
Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom. We could have all those guys starting. I don't think we would go 0-81 on the road.
Burn the space shuttles. Play on the road.
We would get smoked.
We'd be like a 40-win team against the aliens if you had to play the aliens 160.
Unless the aliens are allergic to water.
Again, I think there just needs to be a recommitment to learning to play on the road.
All right.
What's the difference between a text bag and a text sack? Really none.
No.
It's harder to say.
Text sack.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. That sounds gross.
Does sound like some sort of move.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have covered this, but are we still expecting a story tomorrow from USA Today? I don't know. rumors. Sure.
I expect stories from USA Today.
I expect them.
Nebraska basketball or not,
I expect USA Today to have stories. I don't know what's going to be in them, but yeah.
Family Guy or American Dad?
Neither.
I really never watched either.
I've watched more Family Guy
Same.
by far, but I don't like Family Guy. Like it's just too in your face. The humor is. I want a little more subtlety.
I would say
Work for it
Family
a little
Guy,
more.
although I have grown to like American Dad. It's very funny.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how triggered was the city of Columbus to hear Frost say that Ernest Hausman was from Norfolk?
I have checked with people, and there was anger. There was definitely anger.
Did he correct himself, or did
No,
he just keep
never
going?
did.
Oh no!
I thought Frost lived in all the cities.
Thought he knew.
I thought he knew.
I joked.
This
with
is the only reason why we kept him.
Hello, native son.
He's lived in Wood River.
I joked with
He's
Dirk
lived in
Chatwin
Crete.
about this, and he said it'd be like calling your wife by the wrong name. And Mickey Joseph thought that was funny and also horrifying. So,
Be horrifying.
You know, I think the city of Columbus will come back and they'll still support the football team. But yesterday was a tough day.
Would you rather be a horse or a mountain lion?
Mountain lion.
How big of a horse?
Big horse.
Can I be a Clydesdale?
The biggest horse you could think of.
I want to be a horse.
I want to be a mountain lion.
Mountain lion. Not even a. Then I have to think about it.
Why does Nick say West O Street in that wholesale logistics commercial? Great question. I don't know. I make fun of him for it every single day.
The way he says it, or the
Yeah,
fact
he
that
goes,
says
go
West
visit
O Street?
wholesale logistics on West O Street.
The way he says street.
West O
Yeah,
Street.
You know, it's West O Street.
West O Street.
Yeah.
He
Not
says West O
West O
Street.
Street.
West O Street.
Dumb.
Maybe he's punctuating the end of his sentence.
Is Columbus in the transfer portal?
Columbus. Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so.
Okay.
Will Nebraska ever have success recruiting Missouri?
They have in the past, but as discussed on the recruiting hour, St. Louis is in the Bermuda Triangle, and Nebraska will never be found near that.
Gotcha.
St. Louis is a black hole that only certain schools can get out of.
Okay, let's go a little quicker here. Yep. Schaefer, was your favorite experience helping with Shut Up Sipple?
Oh man. The amount of times where Sipple talks a big game that he's about to pick off a pass and then gets the question wrong.
This one's going back for 6.
Yeah, that one's great. Or he'll call something a layup and then
I love the irrational
overconfident
confidence.
Sipple when he gets it wrong is incredible.
So great.
I'm also another great part of it is when he doesn't know, but he just gives a name from the 70s for a player that played in the 2000s. I enjoy that too.
Connor, do you have a favorite podcast you're listening to right now? I'm really not listening to any podcasts right now.
Connor doesn't like podcasts.
I do, but I'm not actively listening to any right now. I'm kind of rocking out.
What do you on your drive home? Like you just music?
I pick a song. What I do is I pick a song that will pop up on Spotify, and then I'll like go to its radio and then just do songs like that.
Okay.
And then, that's
give an example. What have you done recently?
I don't know. I'd have to go to my
Olivia Rodrigo, DMV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not DMV. Yeah.
All right. Well, now let's just move the segment.
Something by Billy Joel will pop up. I don't know. Rico, is anyone close to losing their respective applesauce bets that are on the board? I think we all lost.
Everybody lost all of their applesauce bets except for one that Ravi had, which was Luke McCaffrey going to the NFL, which we won't
No. It was the Omaha Blue one. Omaha Blue will not go to Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I think you won that one also.
He hasn't gone anywhere, and Nebraska is very much in the mix for Omaha Blue.
Yeah.
There you go.
When
It's fine. I erased all of them.
Releases a newspaper that contains stories on Friday. We'll see if that changes.
I erased all of them, so I don't know. So I would say almost everybody lost their applesauce bets.
Is it weird that people basically eat dessert for breakfast?
No.
What do you mean?
Donuts, cinnamon rolls. They're sweet.
Sweet.
What he's saying is it in
Yeah,
no
that is
other
kinda
meal.
weird. That is kind of weird.
No other meal do you eat something that is specifically designed to be sweet.
Not
no other. Most people.
That's kind of weird. Mount Rushmore of drunk fast food items.
Cheesy gordita crunch.
McChicken.
Basically French fries from McDonald's.
I was just gonna say McDonald's.
Amigos, anything for the most part.
Big old burrito from what's that place?
De Leon's.
De Leon's. Yep.
Is pizza a drunk food for you?
Can be. I mean, anything can really be.
Yeah, I think pizza is a really good drunk food.
Here's the thing: when you're drunk, you don't have the patience to heat up the pizza, so you just start eating it out of the box.
The thing is, like in college, when they first came out with the Domino's 555 deal, like you and a couple buddies basically were on your way to getting there. You just called so the pizza would arrive at around the same time you were gonna be drunk and hungry. And then you just smashed the pizza.
In college, they were doing the thing where if the Royals won and scored 5 runs, you would type in Royals 5 on Papa John's, and they would give you a pizza
that not
for
only
$5.
the Kansas City area?
No, dude, I got it here several times. Several times. In the viewing area, I suppose.
I just had friends that worked at a Little Caesars in Kearney, and so they would just drop one off at our house after they worked.
And so the Cleveland won. I went to the game 1 of the playoffs. Got very drunk at that for Cleveland. They had the same kind of deal. I ended up ordering Papa John's at 12:30 in the morning to my hotel room. Ate like one slice before falling asleep. Woke up, the whole room just smelled like pizza.
Oh yeah, that's
it
the
was
worst.
Terrible.
The
decision.
pizza in the hotel room. There
Bad
could not be a
decision.
worse thing.
Bad decision.
Volleyball, Pittsburgh or Nebraska?
That's a stupid question.
I'll take Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Would
you rather be surrounded by people that brag all the time or people that complain all the time? Oh my God, I hate both of them. And I think it's brag all the time.
I'm trying to think of my friend group, and I feel like I am far more likely to have friends that brag than I am friends that complain.
Give me
Which
braggers.
then makes me wonder, am I the complainer? Because I am not the bragger.
Perspective.
There's always one.
What new movies are out with Rico Box?
The newest Grinch, the like cartoony one. I almost bought Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, but I haven't yet. Black Widow will be bought soon.
You're buying all these DVDs?
Yes.
Aren't most of these available on streaming services?
Yes.
So you have Disney Plus?
Yes.
So why did you need to buy the Black Widow?
Because I want it.
Because you want it to be portable?
Yes.
Because
I'm collecting all of the Marvel movies.
Can I donate my DVDs and Blu-rays to Rico Box?
Yes.
I might do that.
Okay.
I literally might show up yesterday. I might show up yesterday. This is going to happen.
Okay.
All right. I'm donating to Rico Box.
Perfect.
You're getting seasons of Mad Men. You don't even want them.
I'll watch Mad Men.
All right. You're getting them.
Got any supper ideas?
Fly Dogs.
It's a good one.
I got some steak.
They
in
have
the
a
fridge.
soul food place there now.
Chicken
I told you about
marsala.
this. We need to try that soul food place.
You talking about Mary Ellen's?
No, there's a soul food place that's in the same spot where Fly Dogs is, and I told you about it. We need to try that. We should do that.
I got some steak.
Put
in
me
the
down
fridge.
for lunch next week.
Gonna season it up when I get home. Some ribs for next week.
Would you rather see the St. Louis Cardinals, Boston Red Sox, or New York Yankees win the World Series?
New York Yankees.
God. I guess it would be the New York Yankees.
Okay, so what were the teams again?
Red Sox, Cardinals, Yankees.
All right, in order of who? Yeah, it'd be the Yankees. It'd be the Yankees, yeah.
Yeah, 28 maybe.
Happer, didn't you have a bet a few years back on quarterback completion percentage and a loss would result in eating a cat poop sandwich? I do not recall.
I don't want to eat cat poop.
No, this is stupid Brett. Brett would always talk about cat poop on his show for some reason. I have no idea what's wrong with that guy. But for some reason, it would always come up about eating a cat poop sandwich. It was him and Snow. That was not me.
That was his thing. I don't think he ever followed through with any of those.
That was not me, definitively.
You might have had a cat food sandwich.
I wouldn't. No, there was no talk of anything cats with me ever.
I would not eat cat poop.
No, Bobby, my papa. All right, thank you. That's text bag today. Great job, everyone. We'll take a quick timeout. Mike Slaughter's up next.
You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air's motto is our family serving yours. That starts with how we hire. We go through an extensive interview process to really get to know you and show you who we are. We want to help you build a great career, be challenged, have fun, and bring home an excellent weekly paycheck. We offer competitive wages with benefits, including a day off for your birthday. Apply to be a part of the John Henry's family at jhlincoln.com. That's jhlincoln.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A much quieter day of weather. For our Thursday, we'll see sunny skies, an afternoon high of around 46. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15. A few passing clouds tonight, a low dropping down to 28. We'll see clearing skies tomorrow, similar temps with an afternoon high of 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Do you know the common signs of transmission trouble?
Your engine revs before falling into gear. Shifting is rough, or you're leaking reddish-brown fluid.
Knowing the signs could mean repair instead of replace.
That's where we come in. We're certified transmission.
The job done right at the right price.
Holiday parties don't have to be the same thing year after year. Why not spice it up with something new? Craft Axe Throwing is a great option for groups big or small with 13 throwing lanes, a stock bar, and plenty of TVs to create a perfect evening out with your friends, family, or coworkers. Reserve your party today at craftaxethrowing.com, and while you're there, make sure to stock up on gift cards to give out for the holidays too. Call today at 402-802-9696 or head to craftaxethrowing.com.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone, and Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting January 8th, all for a chance to win $1,000. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up today. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting January 8th with 2 locations in Lincoln.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hi, I'm Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and the NFL, I wore lots of protective gear to safeguard my health. I'm still protecting my health, as well as my family, friends, and community because I got my COVID vaccine. And now, even kids 5 years and older can be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get your booster shot if you qualify. It's free, it's safe, and it protects all of us. Suit up against COVID. Find out more at healthylincoln.org.
Connor Happer.
I'm probably smarter than I portray at times.
Mike Schaefer.
I am really dumb.
This is Happer and Schaefer.
All right, getting to be that time of the year. We'll have holiday tournaments for basketball, high school basketball coming up soon, right around the corner. Next week, I believe. Those kind of kick up. And then they finish right before New Year after taking the Christmas time off, the Christmas weekend, I suppose it would be this year. So the brackets are out for those. It was signing day yesterday. So there were some things with that. Sutter, where were you on signing day yesterday?
Millard South, and then I went to Millard South, and then I went to Devin Jackson's house because they didn't have school yesterday at Omaha Burke. So,
do you think that? So on Twitter, he's Devin the Jet. Should he change it to Devin the Duck?
No, because his nickname is the Jet. Like, people call him Jet.
Okay.
They could call him Duck.
I would rather he be Devin the Duck for just branding purposes, but that's just me.
I mean, that maybe I'll drop a text to him and say, hey, NIL, is here. So maybe you should think about that.
Devin the Duck.
I think you should. Honestly, I think it would be good marketing for him.
It would. I'll give you if he does that and makes money. I'll tell him that he has to give you royalties.
No, I don't want any. It's his money. He earned it. He's Devin. He's the Duck.
Oh.
I just think that it makes more sense from that standpoint.
Hey, you were at Millard South. Where do you think Gage Stinger ends up as a Nebraska football player? What position does he play?
He wants to play quarterback. I think he's probably more a safety, outside linebacker type guy. Just my opinion. But he wants to play quarterback. He wants to, give it a try. And if that happens, then I think the Mark Whipple throwing the ball around offense is not what we're seeing. So
right.
And speaking of Millard South, did Power 5 schools miss the boat on Jake Gassaway?
Yeah. Not only that, all the All-State teams that came out certainly missed the boat on Jake Gassaway.
He had a great season.
What?
He had a great season. I mean, he was really good.
Right. Like, I don't know. People must not have been watching the same stuff. I don't know. He certainly deserved to be a first team all whatever super whatever state thing you do. He should be on it. Northern Illinois stole one there, like for sure. I think he's going to be really, really good there. So, to answer your question, yes. My answer would be yes, they did.
Is there anybody else that went under the radar kind of yesterday on football signing day that maybe is going obviously non-Power 5 or somewhere else that you think could have played at a little higher level?
Well, I still think, like Noah Walters is still out there.
Yeah.
That one, I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I really like the kid and like that's where my bias is. But I think Noah deserves a shot at least at an FCS level. I can't believe that he hasn't gotten anything. I think Koa McIntyre should have been a power conference guy. Fremont Bergen's athlete. Quarterback, safety. He's probably going to end up playing safety. He can return kicks and stuff, obviously, really well too. I think he's probably one that for sure. Those are probably the two right now. Or the guy that signed yesterday that deserves probably to be a higher level is Koa. I'd say I'd start with him, and then you got to take a look at LJ Richardson. He's a bigger guy. But he ran a 10-800, kind of more straight line, not super shifty, but like people like big backs. I think still a little bit can catch the ball out of the backfield, those sort of things. But I get it. Like Wyoming, it really fits how they play. He reminds me of the Hill kid that was at Wyoming a few years ago. Remember him?
Brian Hill.
Yeah, Brian Hill. He kind of reminds me a little bit of him. So it seems to be like a really good fit. There's one that didn't sign yesterday that people thought signed yesterday. We can talk about that if you'd like.
Yeah, I was going to ask what's kind of the latest with Deshaun Woods.
Yeah, so didn't sign yesterday. Had nothing to do with school being out. He has some academic stuff to take care of. Not sure he's going to get that done, and looks like he might be headed for a junior college at this point. So, which would be, kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a big deal. Isn't
yeah,
he
for sure.
Like top or second rated kid. He's a 4-star kid, right?
Yeah.
So
I think he's in the top 247 as well.
Yeah, 250. Yeah. So I mean, he's awfully talented. Another thing though, like he didn't have a great year. Didn't play all the time, every game. And so, there's some questions there. So it's rightfully so. I love the kid. He has a great personality, but there's some things he needs to work on and clean up for sure. I hope he can, and hope he makes it. And but if he doesn't, I'm sure every junior college in the country will call him.
So Nebraska, the in-state kids that have brought in other schools. So you have Devin Jackson's going to Oregon, Caden Helms is going to Oklahoma, Micah Riley Ducker is going to Auburn. When you look at 2023, is there a couple kids in that class? Are there no kids? I mean, do you think that there's going to be like some of these major outside programs? Because you're like Auburn's a top 10 recruiting class, and Oklahoma is a college football playoff contender. Oregon has aspirations of that. Do you think there's kids in the 23 class that are going to end up with that level of interest from outside programs?
Nationally?
Yeah, national teams, national interest.
Yeah, like just like, whoa. Can't
Yeah.
believe this school is coming in here and talking to that kid. I don't.
It
there's
feels
always
more
a few
regional,
that'll
right?
Pop. What'd you say?
It feels more regional to me.
Right. Yeah. There's always a few that'll pop up a little bit. You know, like your well, it was regional, but like a Will Swanson from Papio South a couple years ago. Even like a Garrett Oakley kind of popped at camp stuff. But that's, you know, more regional again. I don't know right now. Because you look at like your Gunnar Gatulas, they're already committed. I could see maybe Tuioti at Southeast going to camping and kind of maybe doing really well at camps and blowing up if he goes to, whatever camps. Not a ton, just top of my head right now without, looking deep into it. But I think you're right, Shave. I think it's probably more regional-ish deal.
We could talk about probably the basketball side a little bit.
Sure.
What's the kind of top tier? Is it still Bellevue West, Millard North, and then kind of a hodgepodge of who else is behind there? And is that closer? I mean, obviously with all the talent that they've lost over the last year or two now, is the gap between tier 1 and tier 2 kind of closer in the state now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Even you look at Tuesday night, Bellevue West got lucky to beat Elkhorn South at Bellevue West. I mean, they were down double digits in the third quarter and had to come back. Central was down to Elkhorn South by 10 late in the fourth quarter or middle fourth quarter, had to come back and win. I think it's definitely, the gap has definitely shrunk, but I still think you got to look at it's Bellevue West, Millard North, and West Side. They're probably not all going to go undefeated. So whenever they lose a game, someone's going to come at me with like, oh, you said they're, well, no, I just think they're better. Like at the end of the year, they're going to be there. So I think it's those three. Bellevue West has a crazy schedule. They go to Sioux Falls to play in an event up there. Westside goes to Sioux Falls as well this weekend to play an event. I think the 2A number 1 ranked team in Iowa. Bellevue West is playing a team from California that's really good. So, and then they got to come back and then they're going to Kansas City, I think, on Monday night for a deal, playing someone down there. So they're challenging themselves a little bit, which they need. Bellevue West is really, really deep. What they did to Pius, it wasn't even close. 95-68, it wasn't even in the same deal. Pius has to get, more, not production, but just more from their guards. Jared Boyer the other night, he had 30, which is great, but, he's got to be able to distribute it. They got to find kind of a third guy, third or fourth guy, and that should be Brady Christensen, who's committed to Washburn. I still think Pius is pretty good. They'll get things figured out. They're too good. Spitchk is really good, and Brill, his assistant's really good too. The one thing that'll tell a lot, I think, is tomorrow night is by the way, my Pinnacle Bank game of the week. Lincoln Southwest travels to Southeast. I'll be in Lincoln for that tomorrow night. Southwest.
You're coming to Lincoln?
Really good. Yeah, I'm going to Lincoln. I love Lincoln.
Nate Rohr on the call. Thank you.
They're down. Well, good.
Yeah. So I'll be in Lincoln tomorrow for that game. I'm excited about that. Should be good. Should be really fun. I want to see Southwest. Hunziker's good. And I've said this. I think I told you guys this.
It's Chuck Love time.
On radio. Chuck Love is the next guy. Like he will be the next guy that everyone kind of talks about and says is the stuff and all that. Chuck Love. I've said that since the summer. It's Chuck Love. Like he's the next.
He's
dude.
the next stuff.
Yeah. But Southeast has a young, kind of nice, talented group too. And Coach Warning's done a nice job getting kids in the program there and kind of turning that around a little bit. I do think it'll be a tough game. Obviously, I think there'll be a lot of people there. So I'm excited about that one. That one. When I saw that on the schedule, I was like, "Yep, hopefully that wins my game of the week." Just real quick, touch on it. Class B, it is not great. So it just isn't. Like they can't score. Like Class B boys, it's like putting the ball in the basket is hard at times for people. And Beatrice was a pretty big win against Platteview the other night at Beatrice. That's a really big win for them. But I honestly, in B, I think it's Scott and pretty much everybody else right now. Scott has like 6'6", 6'7", 6'6", 6'4", and then like guards that are football players that are really good athletes. I think Scott's really, really good. And the rest of B is not great. Like I personally, I think Wahoo is a C1 team. Great Mountain Central Catholic is a C2 team. And I think both of those teams could be top 10 in Class B pretty easily this year. So, and Wahoo already beat Bennington by 20, and they went to Aurora and beat them. Wahoo's really good, and Marcus Glock is a guy. Marcus Glock, Jason Glock's kid, yes. That kid is really, really good. And he will be another guy that will have some Division I offers for sure. Like he's only a sophomore, but he's for sure will. I feel very strongly in saying that.
All right, Sauter. Appreciate the rundown. Good stuff. And we'll talk to you next week.
Hey, you guys have a great Thursday.
You have a great Thursday too, Mike.
Well, the OPPD truck showed up at my house this morning, so that's
your tweets finally got them there.
Man, I was so mad. Oh, all right. Anyway,
could have been bad.
It could have been really bad. Yeah. It could have been really bad with a live wire blowing sparks all over, the neighborhood. That it could have been really bad, and nothing the fire department could have done about it because it's a live wire. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got that worked out, or at least are in the process of it. Thanks, Sauter.
Yep, bye.
All right, Mike Sauter of NEBpreps.com. We'll take a quick break. Should I click on this link is next.
Follow Connor and Mike on Twitter at Connor Happer, at Mike J. Schaefer. You're listening to Happer and Schaefer. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A much quieter day of weather for our Thursday. We'll see sunny skies, an afternoon high of around 46. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15. A few passing clouds tonight, a low dropping down to 28. We'll see clearing skies tomorrow, similar temps with an afternoon high of 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Circa Sports is now in Iowa. Download the app to get the world's largest sports book in the palm of your hands. With the highest limits and lowest holds backed by the best customer service in the game, you'll quickly realize why Circus Sports is where the pros play. Download the app today, anywhere in Iowa, and join us at Barley's Bar in Council Bluffs this Friday for the Creighton-Villanova Game Watch. Sports betting the way it should be. Visit circusports.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns big or small in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Working at Continental of Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You know what? I'll get the bill.
Wow, are you sure?
Yep, your dinner is on me tonight, bestie.
Thank you. That is so sweet of you.
You know what else is sweet? My members own credit card rewards. Between the cash back, Amazon rewards, and no hidden fees, I feel like a kid in a candy store.
Hey, wait a minute. That's why you're buying dinner?
Maybe. Life is sweeter with a credit card from Members Own. Apply for your new card today at membersowncu.org. Limitations may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, rounding out the hour here on Happer and Schaefer, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Thanks to Mike Sauter for joining. But we will round out the hour with a quick game of Should I Click on This Link? We'll give Schaefer 10 links from tabloid websites, and
I get 2 clicks.
We will ask if he will click. We'll do that right now.
It could be a joke. It could be a virus. I know this is clickbait. Does the reward outweigh the risk? Should I click on this link? Should I click on this link? Should I click on this link? Should I click on this link?
Link number 1, Kenan Thompson reveals his 2021 Christmas plans and favorite part of the holidays.
Kenan Thompson?
Kenan Thompson.
I'm good. I haven't really cared about Kenan Thompson since Good Burger, the movie, came out.
I wonder what Kenan Thompson's doing on Christmas.
Really? You really? Well, you're more of an SNL guy. Then.
Yeah, I do like Kenan.
I mean, he's good. I'm not saying that he doesn't need to be on the cast or anything. I just don't care.
No click.
No click.
Megan Thee Stallion has graduated college.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, wow. That's shocking.
She's like exploded, I feel like, in the last year.
She has.
She's all over the Popeyes commercials.
How do you know about this?
I just know things.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Out of all, I
want to know where she went to college and what she's getting a degree in.
I wasn't sure if you knew who she was.
Yeah. I did. And I knew before even the Popeyes.
That's a huge upset. So this is a click.
Yeah, probably. I think, like, if I'm being honest, I'd probably click on that link to figure out, like, where she went to college and why.
Okay.
And then what she studied.
Okay, you've clicked. Megan Thee Stallion studied part-time and graduated with a bachelor's degree in health administration at Texas Southern University.
Wow. Look at that.
She graduated recently.
And she is a spokesperson for Popeyes.
Scarlett Johansson says her daughter, baby Cosmo, are, quote, very different people.
She's saying that she and her daughter are different people?
Her daughter and her other daughter.
Oh. Yeah, this isn't interesting to me. People generally are different.
I thought it was a funny headline for the same reason you thought it was confusing.
Yeah.
I was like, you're a fully grown adult and you're different from a baby? That makes sense. But no, that was kind of more of a throwaway. Actually, we won't even count that one because I found 11. George Harrison's My Sweet Lord gets star-studded music video featuring Ringo Starr, Fred Armisen, and more.
I mean, it's a no, but I do like George Harrison.
I didn't know that they were making music videos after, like, several years after the song, decades after the song came out.
They just do it now for the attention.
Okay. Fred Armisen.
So when is the last time you watched a music video?
I don't know.
It's got to be years, right?
No, not years. There's some funny ones.
They still, who watches music videos now?
Not,
we're a long way from like TRL and Jumpstart.
No, but there's some that don't like take it as seriously. Mm-hmm. And there's reasons that I've watched music videos that aren't exactly for the quality of the music video.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm willing to go on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have a couple reasons which I will explain to you. Keanu Reeves insists he wasn't feeling down when sad Keanu photo was taken. Quote, I was hungry.
No. I mean,
I thought I might get you on that one.
You didn't know that I knew about Megan Thee Stallion, though.
Yeah, it's true. I've miscalculated a couple times today. I'm interested in this one. Dax Shepard details having hiccups for 50 straight hours. Quote, what a ride!
It's a no, but the quote's pretty great. Like, I don't know that I would have said what a ride.
What a ride!
There would have been a lot more expletives in how I would have described it.
James Bond could be non-binary in the future.
I'm scared to comment.
So no click?
It is definitely not a click. I have other thoughts that I will keep to myself.
Ben Affleck still would have been drinking if he stayed married to Jennifer Garner.
Jeez. Way to just throw like the Capital One venture card under the bus.
Ben Affleck, quote, still would have been drinking if he stayed married to Jennifer Garner. This is from Ben Affleck.
God, I'm like halfway tempted to figure out what's wrong with Jennifer Garner.
People notoriously don't like Jennifer Garner.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes, this is a thing. Jennifer Garner, not popular in Hollywood.
Wow. I want to learn more about Jennifer Garner.
I do too.
But I don't know that I would use a click here. So
okay, 3 left.
I'm gonna say no, but I'm tempted. That's the closest in the clubhouse to a click so far.
Jake Paul and NASCAR? He's thinking about it.
No. Jake Paul, anything is a no.
2 more. Keanu Reeves, another Keanu Reeves.
Wow.
Reveals which of his iconic characters he'd rather live as. Quote, lots of ways to go with that. This is a good one.
Pretty interested.
Yeah,
I think I'm clicking.
This is a good one.
He's got a lot of characters.
I'm not sure what he picked, but I would click on that.
And it's going to turn out to be knock knock when he's assaulted by those 2 young women who show up at his doorstep just covered in rain.
So here's what you missed
right?
out. Yes.
That's what he's picking.
Here's what you missed out on.
It's Anna de Armas. How is he not picking that one?
Chrissy Teigen accidentally drops daughter Luna's first lost tooth down the sink drain. Quote, so sad.
I don't know that there's much more to that beyond the link. I feel good about my 2 picks.
Yeah,
here.
I think you actually did pretty well today.
Like I said, the other closest one would have been about, I didn't realize people didn't like Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, this is a thing. I didn't realize it either because I was just thinking, 13 going on 30. This is great. She seems nice.
I mean, is it draft day? Because I understand that.
People don't like her, I guess.
Wow.
I'm not sure. That's should I click on this link? We'll come back. 10 o'clock hour up next.
More of Happer and Schaefer is coming your way on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is Sean Callahan with Koppel Chevrolet GMC. New vehicle production has been increasing, but the lots will not be filling up anytime soon. In fact, most vehicles are being pre-sold and are leaving the same week as they arrive. If you want your new Chevrolet or GMC, this is a great time to build a vehicle and place an order. Our sales team will work right with you to build the exact vehicle you want. At Koppel, we appreciate your business and sell vehicles at a fair price. So come check us out or visit us online at koppelcars.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
You suffered a setback due to an illness, an injury, a stroke. Therapy Plus is here for you. Madonna Therapy Plus provides world-class outpatient physical, speech, and occupational therapy. From a minor sprain to complex medical conditions, our therapy experts can help you return to the activities you enjoy. Don't let your wellness wait. If therapy is what you need, Madonna Therapy Plus in Omaha and Lincoln is ready to help. Learn more at therapyplus.madonna.org.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This year, show her she's the one with 1 carat diamond jewelry from Riddle's Jewelry, your trusted family-owned jeweler for over 60 years. Choose from Riddle's remarkable collection of 1 carat total weight diamonds in rings, pendants, bracelets, or earrings at prices you'll love, with savings up to 50%. Show the one you love how much they mean to you with the perfect 1 carat diamond gift from Riddle's Jewelry.
Located in Gateway Mall.
Every time we make the choice to drive, we're making a choice that could have life or death consequences. Friedman Law Offices has proudly sponsored our holiday taxi service for 30 years. This year, we're proud to partner with Z-Trip to keep Lincoln's streets safer. Between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. from December 15th to New Year's Day, you can get a free ride home if you've had too much to drink. Just call 402-474-SAFE or click Let Friedman Drive at friedmanlaw.com. Friedman Law Offices. Helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
A new Planet Fitness location is open near you. To celebrate, you can join for just $1 down and then $10 a month. We're squeaky clean and ready to welcome you with tons of equipment and plenty of space to spread out. So join the judgment-free zone today. We're ready when you are. Just $1 down, $10 a month. Offer ends soon. Join us today.
A brand new Planet Fitness location is now open at 84th and Layton.
Planet Fitness locations are independently owned and operated. See club for details.
Happer and Schaefer.
Says I take no joy in life. I can see that.
Coming at you live from Koppel Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Why are you yelling at me?
Whatever, make me a bicycle clown.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer.
You might want to look away for this.
Mike Schaefer.
My boy's awake and smart.
This is Happer and Schaefer.
Welcome back in, 10 o'clock hour of Happer and Schaefer here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer, Mike Schaefer with you. At 10:30, we'll be joined by Lincoln Arneal, the Omaha World Herald. We'll talk volleyball as the volleyball team, aims to earn a berth in the national championship match, which would be Saturday night.
Yes.
In Columbus. They have the late one tonight.
Ohio, not Nebraska.
Not
Scott
Columbus,
Frost
Nebraska.
cannot identify.
Yeah, Scott Frost would think it would be in Norfolk. Probably.
That'd be really funny. He tweets it out. Like he's like, congrats to the women on their big win in Norfolk tonight. It just is like a bit for him. He just won't acknowledge Columbus. Columbus slighted him at some point.
He should do that bit. That'd be pretty funny.
It would be hilarious.
Just pick one random town in the state. He's like, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, if you have season tickets, give them up. We're not letting you in.
We love everybody in the state. The state's all for one, unless you're from Columbus.
Then you can just get the hell out.
Yes, so Lincoln will join the show at 10:30. We'll talk volleyball with him. They play Pittsburgh tonight in a late match. 8:30, I believe, is the scheduled start time, but whoever knows, with the one right in front of it. Also, did they consider maybe playing
you? Did they consider you?
No, this is not what I was going to say. Did they consider maybe playing a match one night and a match the next night, and then like waiting a few days and then playing the national championship? Or are we just totally tied down to play?
It's all a television scheduled thing. So
right.
The first match will occur at like 6:00.
I know, but like, wouldn't it be a better showcase for the sport if you played them on separate nights?
ESPN is not interested in that because their ratings will be higher, I'm sure, with whatever they will show on or showed last night. Like it's
you and your TV ratings.
Well,
no,
I don't care about them, and I will obviously be watching the match tonight. But a lot of how stuff is presented on television is dictated by that. Yeah. So,
did you happen? And we get this on the text line. I'll just read it. Would the ending of the Thunder Pelicans game last night have gotten more attention if it involved literally any other two teams besides the Thunder and the Pelicans?
Wild. Two just ridiculous shots. The first of which was like a borderline half-court heave on an inbounds play where he was pretty
falling
well defended.
Falling away, bank shot 3 to tie the game. And then
I didn't know either player that made the bat. Like I just watched the video. I didn't look it up.
Well,
I didn't.
Devontae Graham, the guy from Kansas.
So weird that I knew that it was Graham, but I didn't know. But I knew
he made the 3/4 court shot. Yeah, he made this full court shot to win the game, which is maybe the longest buzzer beater that I've ever seen.
Like that shot.
Maybe the highest.
So incredibly high.
Yeah.
Like that's what I took away from it. And I watched it twice. The arc on it was insane.
Yeah, it must have almost hit the thing the scoreboard that hangs down.
It was very high.
This was all coming off of this happened about 10 minutes after that Lakers Mavs game finished. Did you see the end of that?
No, I saw your tweet.
They were just
I was going to text you and ask if I needed to know.
They were just trading like Hail Mary threes back to back to back to back on the last possessions of overtime, and it ended in Austin Reeves making a 3 at the horn to win the game for the Lakers.
Nice.
And like LeBron was like kind of involved, and that was it. And Luka wasn't playing. So it was just like Jalen Brunson and a bunch of randos for the Mavs going up against the Lakers, who are a complete disaster right now with Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And Austin Reeves made the game-winning 3. Very weird. And then also at the same time, I was trying to watch the Nuggets get destroyed by the Minnesota Timberwolves,
who aren't terrible.
Yeah, they're like right around 500.
I'm not prepared for that world, but I have a thought that I would like your thought to my thought.
Okay, I can think.
I would argue the best part about basketball is when you kind of get those sort of runs where it's quick paced and teams just knock down shots or an individual player. Like,
yes.
Did you watch the Kyle Korver heat check video?
I did. That
everyone in my life I know has watched that video.
Why did that surface?
I don't know. I couldn't not.
Was
watch
it like the anniversary of it?
It was
or something?
incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. And so like
that was
people
better.
I know that don't like Kyle Korver or don't like Creighton still loved it because watching when a guy can just nail shot and when the other team is like trying to take it away. And then this crowd noise after the second one to the third.
It's like Tominaga.
And then the third to the fourth.
It's like Tominaga in the scrimmage.
Yeah. And so the point that I was trying to make, and you were talking about like trading haymakers, the thing that no other sport can replicate that basketball gets to is that trading rush of baskets.
Yes.
Where it just feels like a total frenzy. And it's just amazing.
It's so good.
The sort of sports high you get off of that is incredible. And there's nothing save for like and the sequence happens like once every 5 years in football where touchdown, kick return, immediate long touchdown.
Right.
I mean, even then you still have so much downtime in there. Yeah. In basketball, it's just like basket.
And it's happening.
The whole Korver thing, he made 4 threes and it was like in 90 seconds.
Well, there's no sport where the offense defense changes that much. Like, so you could actually have punch to punch to punch to punch.
So the
in the Korver case, it was 3-pointer followed by immediate miss basket, 3-pointer, immediate miss. Like
one of them was a turnover.
It was a 3 and a 1 and done every single time, which I mean the odds of that even occurring in a basketball game are very slim.
2 of the 3s were in transition, so they had like it was a little bit more fun. It was like he didn't have to do this and he just let it rip and he nails it.
Yeah.
And the level of the crowd building each time is what makes that video like the shots are awesome.
He's not gonna do this again, right?
But the crowd is like, we are watching something incredible.
This is not, there's no way he's gonna touch the ball right here. Oh my god, they're gonna let him have it?
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot it. Ah, it just builds.
So good.
I love basketball.
I like basketball a lot. It has in some ways the best crowd noise factor to it. In a way that other sports
the
don't.
Crowd has biggest effect on the game in basketball, I think. Like if you have a great home court advantage in college basketball, that's a huge advantage for you.
Yeah.
In the NBA, it's a different vibe. It's a different feel. I will say this. We were kind of making fun of it the other day, the whole Madison Square Garden thing. The first few minutes of that Steph Curry game, did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
It was electric. It was like, so you have
it's one of the best venues.
You have this thing at Madison Square Garden, and for whatever reason, like it's more visible there. Maybe because they're just so packed right on top of the court, and it just feels like everybody's kind of right there. Where the Knicks would miss a shot, and it would, the Warriors be coming back the other way, and everybody kind of just slowly stands up, and there's like the buzz just keeps kind of growing in the building. You're like, oh, there's Curry. Watch Curry. Is Curry going to get the ball? He's weaving his way through some guys. He's setting back picks and stuff like that. And he gets the ball in his hand. And it's just the noise is insane. That was crazy at Madison Square Garden.
What you're describing, for some reason, made me think of like how media reacts when Chancellor Brewington is going in motion.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like, oh my God,
it's
in motion. It's going to happen. He's going to, that poor defensive back.
This could be the opportunity for it. They're on the goal line. They have a couple chances at it. Okay. He's coming into the game. Okay. He's going in motion. Oh, it's definitely happening now.
Oh, that poor guy.
Poor guy. He's dead now. Cubsker said it's like McGrady scoring all the points in like 15 seconds. Which one was better, that or the Korver? I would rather watch the Korver one. I think the Korver one is more watchable.
I need to re-see the McGrady one to say. The Korver one was incredible.
Yes.
It was really good.
I mean,
and it's not like he's the only one to do that. Reggie Miller has a really famous 12 points. And in a short amount of time kind of thing.
But you know that the only way that Corver could do it is if he is found open on a 3 or not open on a 3, if he's shooting a 3. That makes it funnier.
Yeah.
It makes it way better.
It also is just a reminder of how incredibly good he was in that like realm.
I forgot that he existed actually until I saw that video the other day. It's like, oh yeah, Kyle Korver.
You did not forget that he existed.
I kind of did. I was like, Kyle Korver, he was in the NBA for like 20 years. He was a pretty major, he was just kind of there on all these different teams. And I didn't realize until the other night that there's been a Kyle Korver absence in my life. And now I'm conscious of it, and I don't like it very much. I need him to be there some more. I also like when Steph Curry makes threes. Making a 3 when you know the guy is going to shoot a 3, that's a special deal.
Threes are fun. People like threes.
Yeah, text line says, "Weren't you just poo-pooing Madison Square Garden yesterday?" Yes, that's what I prefaced it with. I was like, I know we were kind of making fun of it the other day, but that Madison
We're making
Square
fun of Rico more than Madison Square Garden.
But that Madison Square Garden buzz thing, I don't really understand it, but it definitely is a thing.
Just like if the Knicks were ever good for an extended run of time, it'd be even better.
Corey says on the text line, Reggie Miller's is by far the best because it was a comeback for a playoff win.
Yeah.
Matt says McGrady buckets were in the final minute to win the game. I go McGrady. Yeah. But 4 threes in like basically 30 seconds. It felt like 30 seconds. Yeah, that was pretty awesome too. What's happening, Rico?
We have a caller.
Oh, we have a phone call. It is from Deacon. Hello, Deacon. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Hey, quick story, kind of interesting story. I lived out in western Nebraska for a while, and I went to a Gordon, and I think it was a Bedford game, and the Gordon varsity team.
Yeah.
And when they would get to the free throw line or something like that, I'd start pounding on the bleachers and yelling, and I was asked to leave because I wasn't being respectful.
Wow.
Isn't that kind of weird?
That's disappointing.
I said, what's going to happen if they go to state, And they said, well, it's just not respectful. We asked you to leave. So
were you
kind of odd?
Deacon, were you the only guy in the building, or like give me some context here?
Oh, there was probably 100 people there. It was later in the season. I think they had a pretty good team that year. And, but I was about the only one making any noise.
Did you,
and of course I stood out like
bizarre
because I was making a lot of noise.
Did you Randy Marsh it on your way out? Like, I thought this was America. Come on.
No, I didn't quite go that far. I just left.
You could have.
And I haven't gone back.
That is bizarre.
That's really bizarre. Thanks for the call, Deacon. Appreciate it.
Right.
We could have went the other way with it. It could have been like, well, at least there's respect somewhere in America.
Oh, this was America. I thought this was America. Because they do that whole episode where they're going around all the Little League parks and Randy Marsh just becomes like super fan dad.
Did
guy.
you watch the post-pandemic one that they did?
No, I did not see that. I know it's been on because
like
it's
the
on my guide.
adult version of all of the kids and everything.
No, I didn't see
I think you'd find it entertaining.
Good.
You can find it on Paramount Plus, part of the CBS network.
People forget that. We'll take a quick timeout. More up next.
You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
A much quieter day of weather. For our Thursday, we'll see sunny skies, an afternoon high of around 46. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15. A few passing clouds tonight, a low dropping down to 28. We'll see clearing skies tomorrow, similar temps with an afternoon high of 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and now I'm protecting it with the COVID vaccine. Everyone, even kids 5 years and older, can get the vaccine too. If you've been vaccinated, now you can get your booster shot if you qualify. Stay strong, get vaccinated, and learn more at healthylincoln.org.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
You know, the year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Every time we make the choice to drive, we're making a choice that could have life or death consequences. Friedman Law Offices has proudly sponsored our holiday taxi service for 30 years. This year, we're proud to partner with Z-Trip to keep Lincoln's streets safer. Between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. from December 15th to New Year's Day, you can get a free ride home if you've had too much to drink. Just call 402-474-SAFE or click Let Friedman Drive at friedmanlaw.com. Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys basketball on Saturday, number 1 Bellevue West went over number 3 Lincoln Pius, 95-68. Bellevue West would get hot from deep in the second half, ending the game with 12 made threes. In basketball on Tuesday, December 14th, the Lincoln Southeast boys fell to Omaha West Side, 75-59. Southeast sits at 3-2 on the season and will have a chance to get back at 500 in their inter-city matchup against undefeated Lincoln Southwest. The girls for Lincoln Southwest also lost against Omaha Northwest in a low-scoring game, 36-33. Lincoln Lutheran came up short against Seward in a loss, 66-54. They have now dropped 5 straight. The Lincoln Lutheran girls have had an opposite start to the season, beating Seward 41-22. They have come out of the gate strong now, sitting at 5-0, with only one of their games being within 10 points. The Norris girls in Class B have also had an undefeated start to the season, sitting at 4-0. On Tuesday, they took down another C1 powerhouse in Wahoo, 43-49. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Riachis, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Connor Happer. Mike Schaefer.
You know what goes great with major sports moments and or Creighton meltdowns? Coors.
This is Happer and Schaefer.
Oh, this is a good one from Happer's Meme Guy on the text line. Since today is the 4-year anniversary of Nebraska basketball getting their hearts ripped out by Kansas at PBA, could that one win over Kansas possibly have saved Tim Miles' job in the long run?
No. So
Not
here's
even going
why.
to entertain it.
Here's why. Multiple people have said that win wouldn't even have put them in the NCAA tournament that year.
I cannot say with certainty that it would have, but it could have. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a good chance that it would have.
It wouldn't have hurt them, and neither did the loss. But the problem, as was explained far too many times, and it really, it's not. The system that they use is so idiotic. They just had too many quad 4 wins that hurt them, and basically is what it was. Is that despite all the other things that they did, all of these quad 4 wins pushed their profile down to the point where they weren't a tournament at large. And a win against like Jerry Palm basically said this before they lost to Michigan in the Big Ten conference tournament. He's like, they have to win the conference tournament to get in. Their profile would be, they would not be able to get an at-large bid. And then he's like, and we had asked him, this is a different radio show, but we'd asked him about if they had beaten Kansas. He's like, yeah, it would help, but it wouldn't put them in. they would still have needed to win the conference tournament, which is horrible. You're fourth in the best conference in basketball, and we're caring because you played Kennesaw State and Blue Mountain State and all these other like crappy schools. That matters because you beat them and you didn't beat like UTEP or whatever.
I'm looking at their page right now. So yeah, they had wins over Eastern Illinois, North Texas, North Dakota, Marist, Long Beach State, UTSA, Delaware State, which was, I think, one of the worst teams in college basketball, if not the worst team in college basketball. Stetson. Those were some of their non-conference wins. And then all the other, like, and this is before they really kind of found who they were, because they were, remember, and one mixtape toured by St. John's. That was like a shocking, one of those games.
They lost to UCF.
They lost to UCF on a neutral court.
Yep. Not really, because it was in Orlando, but it was at Disney.
Yeah. But they came back and they beat Boston College in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. They had beaten Minnesota already before this little Creighton, Kansas run. And they tested Creighton.
Yep.
And that was a good year for Creighton. And they took Kansas all the way down to the last.
They took Creighton to the final 2 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, in Omaha,
that was a
too.
good Nebraska basketball team that should have been in the tournament. But the fact that the way they look at resumes had far more to do with the fact that those teams weren't slightly better that they beat.
I don't know. So to answer the question, I don't know if it's that one that gets them into the tournament. Yep. It's maybe one plus, you take off maybe one plus another quality win somewhere in there. Maybe the St. John's game or the UCF game or something like that. But
it's frustrating.
It's close. It would have been close.
It was a good team. That was when James Palmer cemented his status as one of my all-time favorites, because I watched as it happened when he I don't remember the defender. He drove on him. He scored on a layup. He did like a flex and said, "You can't stop me."
Yeah.
And it was a layup that put Nebraska up ahead against Kansas. And I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Remember his game winner against Illinois?
Yeah, that was the next year. That was 2018. I think it was 2018.
No, that was that year.
Was it?
I mean, it was that season, but it was into the year 2018.
That was okay. For some reason, I thought that was the following year.
Yeah, 64-63 at home on January 15th. And I remember thinking, because they had come off of that loss to Penn State, and it was like, if they lose this game, we're done.
Yeah,
they're done. They're done.
I might have had it confused with the time that he got fouled with 0.4 seconds left, and Richard Pitino lost his mind. You remember that?
I do remember that one, and he chased the ref out.
Yeah. And that was 2018, 2019.
That was the next year.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the one that I got confused it with.
Oh man, I'm just looking at the stats. Jordy Shimanga. He was on. Well, that was the year Jordy quit, or was that the year?
Yeah, starting center quit your team.
They lost that game at Penn State.
I can't get on board with the Shimanga thing that you were saying yesterday.
Oh, you're going to bring that one back up?
Well, I'm not bringing it back up.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying.
I believe it. I think out of the big men that they have brought into the program, over the last decade or so, think of all of those names. Out of the big men that they brought in,
I have to?
He is the one that actually possibly could have developed into a good player. I think they've missed on several, just completely. I think they've taken shots at several that just weren't going to. It was going to be a long shot whether it worked out in the first place. Jordy was an actual good recruit, and I thought had the kind of makings if it would have been slower for him.
Yeah. Because your only other options are Ivan.
Yep.
The kid from Plattsmouth.
Brady Hyman.
And there's maybe one other one in there. So yeah, I agree in that sense. It just never felt like he fit anything that they were doing. And it wasn't that they didn't like him. I think his teammates liked him, but he was a black hole. As soon as he touched the ball, he was going to back everything down, and it just killed the flow of that offense.
Yeah, I thought he was he was a kind of a below the rim guy, but he was a soft. He kind of reminds me of Walker in the way that he finishes at the rim. I know he tried the hook shot a whole bunch of times, and that was just dumb. But if he got to the rim, he could finish there pretty smooth.
He's not the same player. The guy that I wish never had left was Michael Jacobson.
Yeah,
I think that with what we know about how that team came together in 2017-18, I think he could have been really helpful for them. And I wish that we could have seen that. Like Ed Morrow, I think was always going to be somewhat problematic. He had no real game outside of grabbing rebounds. And he couldn't play back to the basket or face up to the basket. Like he just wasn't an offensive player.
Yep.
But Michael Jacobson, I think, really kind of had developed nicely at Iowa State. And I think he was coming along at Nebraska too.
All right, got to take a quick break here. We'll come back with Lincoln Arneal. We'll talk some volleyball on the other side next.
Follow Connor and Mike on Twitter at Connor Happer, at Mike J. Schaefer. You're listening to Happer and Schaefer.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
You know, the year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Every time we make the choice to drive, we're making a choice that could have life or death consequences. Friedman Law Offices has proudly sponsored our holiday taxi service for 30 years. This year, we're proud to partner with Z-Trip to keep Lincoln's streets safer. Between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. from December 15th to New Year's Day, you can get a free ride home if you've had too much to drink. Just call 402-474-SAFE or click Let Friedman Drive at friedmanlaw.com. Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. Our holiday gift card special is back. When you purchase a $50 gift card, receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, Cactus, and all Lincoln Good Sense subs. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and now I'm protecting it with the COVID vaccine. Everyone, even kids 5 years and older, can get the vaccine too. If you've been vaccinated, now you can get your booster shot if you qualify. Stay strong, get vaccinated, and learn more at healthylincoln.org.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Sponsored by SAMHSA and Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Starting the right career is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. You want to enjoy your career, be challenged, have fun, earn a great weekly paycheck, and work for a great company. If you're looking for a career change or right out of high school, the John Henry's Plumbing Apprentice Program may be the perfect answer. You'll get paid while getting hands-on training. We focus on your skills while you engage in real-world learning. Why not join the John Henry's team today? Apply at jhlincoln.com. That's jhlincoln.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating it in.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
This year, show her she's the one with 1 carat diamond jewelry from Riddle's Jewelry, your trusted family-owned jeweler for over 60 years. Choose from Riddle's remarkable collection of 1 carat total weight diamonds in rings, pendants, bracelets, or earrings at prices you'll love with savings up to 50%. Show the one you love how much they mean to you with the perfect 1 carat diamond gift from Riddle's Jewelry.
Located in Gateway Mall.
You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on Happer and Schaefer, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Connor Happer, Mike Schaefer with you. It's a big night for Nebraska volleyball tonight. They are in Columbus at the Final Four, looking to clinch a spot in the national championship game. They'll play Pittsburgh tonight. And for more on that, we head to Columbus, where we find Lincoln Arneal of the Omaha World Herald. Good morning, Lincoln.
Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. I just wanted to get all the cities, all Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha.
Lincoln Arneal.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just make sure we got all that. How's Columbus? Is this your first time visiting?
It is my first time there. I've never been to. I don't think I've been to Cincinnati, or I've been to Cleveland before, but never to Columbus.
So how is it? Is it great?
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Let me tell you, I took a tour of the state capitol yesterday. It was so exciting. Do you know that other states have 2 houses of legislature?
I am aware.
I had heard that somewhere. Yes.
Didn't know that was possible.
Did you just mock them the entire time for all of their waste and inefficiency?
Yeah, they're describing the whole legislative process like you guys are just duplicating the same thing. You knew it was just one, And it's what we do in Nebraska. We're a lot more efficient.
And then you tell them all about George Norris and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So the tour guide tried to brush me off and entertain the 4-year-old that was with our group instead.
What are you expecting tonight from Nebraska volleyball? They've been playing obviously some of their best ball as of late. I guess what's the kind of mood around the last couple of days as they prepare for a big night tonight?
I would say it's quiet confidence, but I don't know how quiet it is. They're really peaking at the right time of the year, and that Texas win really kind of exemplifies that they've talked multiple times this year about how they're really performing really well in practice and training really, really well, but sometimes in matches it doesn't show up, but now they're finally being able to translate that. So I think that they're entering this match with a lot of confidence that they can play at a high level and they can play with anybody on the court with them.
Had you seen that version of Allie Batenhorst before? Like, I just thought that was to me, and I don't follow it near as close as you do, just felt like a real breakout moment for her in that match with Texas.
You never for an entire match. I mean, there have been glimpses. Well, she'll just get a play. Well, she'll get a ball that's set high enough to her that she can really handle and power through. But sometimes she'll run into adversity and maybe take a step back. But that was by far her best whole match. I think maybe at Penn State, when they were at Penn State, was maybe the only other comparable match. But that was, yes, by far her best match of the year. And she just really knew how to hit against Texas's blockers. And she really didn't have any mistakes. I think her first hitting error wasn't until the 4th set. So she really was able to play smart, effective volleyball too, and use her power at the net.
I think most people look at the bracket and look at what's left and say Nebraska maybe dodged a bullet by not getting Louisville or Wisconsin in their first match of the Final Four to potentially get to the national championship match. But what challenge does Pittsburgh present for Nebraska? It's obviously not going to be a walk in the park. I mean, we're talking about the Final Four here.
No, they have attackers all over the court. They run a 6-2 offense not because they don't have a really good setter, but because it has so many good hitters. And they really can attack from any number of spots in the court too. So, and they also run a little bit quicker offense than what Nebraska typically does, and they're a little more aggressive. And sometimes it comes with a few more errors, but it also comes with a lot more kills and a lot more big swings. So they have a lot of different weapons, and you saw this the last couple of weeks that they have there. They have a first-team All-American, Caleb Lund, who went down with an injury last week of the season. You're missing your big star player. They still took Louisville to 5 sets, and obviously they made it to the Final Four. She hasn't been quite up to par yet, and she was kind of dodgy with them when they asked about her health yesterday during the press conference. But they have a number of other hitters too. They have Serena Gray, who's a transfer from Penn State, who she really stepped up against Purdue in the regional final. And she's a luxury to have at that, but they have a number of different attackers that just kind of pepper the defense from all over the court.
Lincoln, do you subscribe to the idea that getting that win against Texas was sort of clearing a mental hurdle for a Nebraska program, that when they've gone up against some of the top teams in the country, they can show they can do it physically, but maybe they can't meet them mentally? Do you think that's a potential breakthrough there for them?
Yes, and I think, kind of like I mentioned before too, that confidence I think comes from a beating Texas, that especially a Texas team that pounded them in the regional final in April. I mean, Texas I thought was in a different class than Nebraska on that match. They just had Eggleston and Fields went off against Nebraska, and Nebraska looked shell shook. So I think that was kind of a mental hurdle too. The next question is can they do it if they get past Pittsburgh? Can they do it against Wisconsin, who has owned Nebraska for the last few years, or Louisville, who kind of did the same thing earlier this season, of really was by far the better team when they played in September?
It's been a little bit of I wouldn't call it a roller coaster, because it's still kind of Nebraska volleyball and there's a certain level of consistency to it. But I don't know if you would have told me a couple of weeks ago that Nebraska would be in this position. I'm not sure that I'd believe you. At the beginning of the season, though, I certainly would have. I guess what's the kind of ride been like this year, and the fact that they're here, but the way that they got here, what's this kind of just the roller coaster of the season been like?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an accurate description of the season too. I mean, start off with very high expectations. Here's all these big infusion for talent with these 6 freshmen that are coming in, and hit a bump in the road when you lose three matches in the non-con against ranked teams, and then looks like things are going well, win the first 10 Big Ten matches, and then lose 4 out of 5 and just kind of struggle a bit in the middle late part of the Big Ten, and come together again. And I think, it's been a struggle to figure out how all these pieces fit, who belongs where. And I think finally they figured it out late. And that's part of it, I think, is also dealing with 6 freshmen and getting them used to the level of competition that they'll see, used to the level of intensity it takes to train, to be ready, to compete against some of these teams, and also just getting used to college volleyball too. So I think that plays in a little bit too, and then also figuring out how all the pieces fit together, and also plugging Lauren Stivrins back into the equation and getting her back up to speed too. So I think all those factors really played into the roller coaster ride that it's been, but have also led to Nebraska peaking, I think, at the right time when they want to in December.
All those factors considered, where does this kind of rank in terms of a coaching job for John Cook? He's won titles before. He's had some of the most talented teams in the country. But you just ran through the litany of issues of having to work Stivrins back in, needing to get those 6 freshmen up to speed with college volleyball, but also giving them opportunities to excel. De-emphasizing Lexi Sun for portions of the season. I mean, there's a lot that happened in there. Where do you think this kind of ranks in terms of the coaching job John Cook has had to do versus some of the other years where it's a little bit maybe simpler, I guess, your path forward?
Yeah. I think that it's one of the better ones I think he's done. He talked about this yesterday during the press conference, and like the question was asked, what surprised you, and how, and he was surprised how committed all the players stuck with the vision and the program through all those struggles too. And he joked that he did a bad job coaching during the season. He kind of overthought some of the lineup decisions, and I don't know if I'd be that harsh on him, because I think there was a lot of question marks, and some of the players were legitimately struggling and needed the time to take that step back to figure out. But I think that he's done a really good job of managing the personnel and also figuring out what pieces belong where. But I think a little bit of that goes to just the overall culture he's built long term, that it's a program that can handle 6 newcomers into it and not be thrown off the beat with the overall priorities and kind of characteristics of all the sayings that they have of the we over me, the emphasis on serve and pass, and just kind of all the things that have been long term in his coaching philosophies have really kind of paid off this year when adversity hit for a little bit. And this, again, like you said, this is adversity for Nebraska. It's not like they're struggling and getting blown out by non-ranked teams, but because all their losses this year were to ranked teams, so we're against good competition.
Given that, and that they appear to be playing some of their best volleyball right now, they're peaking at the right time, like you said. If they were to make it past Pittsburgh tonight, Wisconsin and Louisville have been the two kind of made, Wisconsin's been a hump that Nebraska can't get over this year and over the last couple of years. Louisville swept Nebraska earlier this year. Would they have a better chance, obviously, to be in a battle with them on Saturday night?
Yes. I think you saw that when Nebraska played Wisconsin, really both times. I mean, in last year when they played Wisconsin, or they didn't play Wisconsin last year, but 2 years ago, Wisconsin just housed Nebraska. I mean, they swept every single set, and they weren't even that close, really. But when they played this year, in the late November matchup, Nebraska won a set, which is the first time they've done that in a couple of years, which is progress. And they had them in deuce games. So, I mean, they made Wisconsin go to extra points once and then lost 25-23. So they're right there. So if they're improving, their improved team over where they were in late November, it's possible. I still think, I mean, hopefully there's a little bit of mental aspect to it, but I would not rule it out. I mean, it's still a tall order, and Wisconsin maybe thinks that they didn't play that well against Nebraska, maybe too, in that match. But hey, it's volleyball. You got to win 3 sets, and just because you won 1 doesn't mean that the next 2 are going to be handed to you.
Yeah, we've seen that. That's for sure.
It's certainly taken a lot of players this year for Nebraska. They have a lot of rotation going on. Who's, in your mind, Lincoln, been kind of the most underrated piece to making this thing go for the Huskers?
Can I call a first-team All-American underrated?
You can.
I mean, this is I was talking to Sam McHugh, my sports editor, at the beginning of the year too, and we were talking about the freshmen that were coming in and who was going to be the best one. And I said Lexi Rodriguez. I think that she really has. I mean, I don't know if she's underrated, but she is the crux of this team that really kind of stabilizes the defense. I mean, she'll make 1 or 2 plays that just go wow, that just diving or just digs or passes that she makes, or even she is for as much attention as their defense gets, she's a decent setter. So when Nicklin Hames has to handle the first contact, it's usually Lexi Rodriguez that comes in for the second set or the bump pass, and she is very good at that as well too. So I think that, I don't know if she's underrated, but I think that she is the crux of this team and really makes a big impact and really kind of gives them their defensive identity that has carried them forward. So I think that, I don't know if you call it. I mean, I'm glad to see that she's getting recognition, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year and first team All-American as a freshman. I don't know if that's really underrated, but I think that she is the key that really made Nebraska to a great team.
Yeah. Lincoln Arneal, the Omaha World Herald. You can check out his coverage there at the Omaha World Herald. Lincoln, we appreciate your time. Enjoy the trip, and we'll talk to you soon.
Will do. You have a good one, boys.
That is Lincoln Arneal of the Omaha World Herald. Husker volleyball tonight at 8:30, looking for another spot in the national championship game. 5 out of 7 Final Fours. And a couple less than that, out of 7 in the national championship game.
Really impressive.
Yeah. And like you said, Schaefer, I mean, it didn't look like this team had it at all.
Yeah.
On Nebraska volleyball standards. If we're
Even
talking
a month
about
ago.
the national championship, if you would ask me a month ago, I'd have been like, I don't think so, man.
I never would have bet on Nebraska being in this spot unless they went through the Pittsburgh to get there in the run of the. I didn't think they were going to beat Texas when the draw came out. If they got in line with Wisconsin, I wasn't confident, but
Kentucky was like a threat there too.
Yeah,
they got bounced.
They got to avoid it with Illinois, but so much of it, I think. I wonder if that win against Texas just sort of opens the door in the brain of oh, we can do this.
Yep.
Because it always felt like they would run into a Wisconsin or a Texas, and there's just this mental block.
Yep.
And even though physically they were as good, they couldn't get there mentally. Now they did.
See if it opens up the killers in them. We'll find out tonight and potentially on Saturday. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and hand it off to Tom and Bach next.
More of Happer and Schaefer is coming your way on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys basketball on Saturday, number 1 Bellevue West went over number 3 Lincoln Pius, 95-68. Bellevue West would get hot from deep in the second half, ending the game with 12 made threes. In basketball on Tuesday, December 14th, the Lincoln Southeast boys fell to Omaha West Side, 75-59. Southeast sits at 3-2 on the season and will have a chance to get back at 500 in their inter-city matchup against undefeated Lincoln Southwest. The girls for Lincoln Southwest also lost against Omaha Northwest in a low-scoring game, 36-33. Lincoln Lutheran came up short against Seward in a loss, 66-54. They have now dropped 5 straight. The Lincoln Lutheran girls have had an opposite start to the season, beating Seward 41-22. They have come out of the gate strong now, sitting at 5-0, with only one of their games being within 10 points. The Norris girls in Class B have also had an undefeated start to the season, sitting at 4-0. On Tuesday, they took down another C1 powerhouse in Wahoo, 43-49. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
But why is Nebraska not a hungry program? Why does Michigan come in with hunger? Where's the hunger? Where's the Nebraska doesn't play like a hungry team. Even on its best nights, it doesn't look like a very hungry team. Right?
No.
They're not killers.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on Night Ticket.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance pack in your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 7 Live Hydration Spa.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. Our holiday gift card special is back. When you purchase a $50 gift card, receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, Cactus, and all Lincoln Good Sense subs. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
Starting the right career is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. You want to enjoy your career, be challenged, have fun, earn a great weekly paycheck, and work for a great company. If you're looking for a career change or right out of high school, the John Henry's Plumbing Apprentice Program may be the perfect answer. You'll get paid while getting hands-on training. We focus on your skills while you engage in real-world learning. Why not join the John Henry's team today? Apply at jhlincoln.com. That's jhlincoln.com.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating it in.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A much quieter day of weather. For our Thursday, we'll see sunny skies, an afternoon high of around 46. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15. A few passing clouds tonight, a low dropping down to 28. We'll see clearing skies tomorrow, similar temps with an afternoon high of 45. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look around your house. You don't really have any room for Christmas gifts. Things are stuffed into closets, and your garage is a mess too. For a unique gift this holiday, call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for their Christmas organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that will be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. Storage options for cabinets, monkey bars shelving, or slat wall. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638. That's 730-1638.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197.
Hi, I'm Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and the NFL, I wore lots of protective gear to safeguard my health. I'm still protecting my health, as well as my family, friends, and community, because I got my COVID vaccine. And now, even kids 5 years and older can be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get your booster shot if you qualify. It's free, it's safe, and it protects all of us. Suit up against COVID. Find out more at healthylincoln.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Happer and Schaefer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Round and round, round and
round. All right, back here in Happer and Schaefer, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Connor Happer, Mike Schaefer, now joined by Tom Stevens and Jake Bachhoven.
Hello.
Of Tom and Bach.
How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm good.
Good.
I am good.
You're freaking out about volleyball tonight? I'm kind of freaking about volleyball.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't call it freaking out.
I'm freaking out.
I'm
absolutely.
out?
Yeah. Nebraska, Texas last Saturday night is the best thing I've seen on TV in a long time. It was really good.
I would say that it's still behind Succession, the last episode of Succession.
Which was good.
Heidi's really, my wife is really
good.
into Succession.
Yeah. But it's up there. The best thing I've seen on TV in a long time.
Best Nebraska product you've watched.
Oh, definitely.
There you go.
That much.
That
is
was
true.
the best, aside from that, what's the best Nebraska thing you've seen in the last 5 years?
Oh,
it's like baseball.
Were you in Kansas City for the bowling championship?
What would it be? Okay.
Well,
5
Nebraska's
years.
won a volleyball title in the last 5 years.
So best non-volleyball Nebraska thing you've seen in the last 5 years.
I mean, the waxing of Creighton was 2018 in
Yep.
December. That
Yep.
would
That
rank
was good.
up there.
That was good.
The baseball championship.
Yeah.
Baseball champion.
Big Ten champs.
But there wasn't like
There
I mean,
wasn't
they
like a
won the
crowning
Big Ten,
moment.
but there wasn't
Yeah.
like a
Well,
Arkansas was almost better. The Fayetteville region.
Yes,
Right,
like,
yeah, that's
they
true.
lost though.
And they lost
Right.
it. Yeah.
That game was incredible though.
Yeah.
The baseball team won the actual Big Ten conference in 2017.
Yeah, but there wasn't like a game.
Yeah. They had it was a really long game against Penn State that they won like 31-7.
Yeah, that was a very stupid.
So basically, crickets is what you're saying outside of Husker volleyball.
Yeah.
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 But tonight's going to be good. I mean, it's still volleyball though. But I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I very excited. I think this team's gotten a lot better.
Oh, they just come out and they take care of Pitt.
Yeah.
Because they had that breakthrough win against Texas, and you just don't want them to give it back.
Right.
You know, like you got through sort of the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Now go take care of a team that you're as good
Right.
as, if not better. So go do it.
And they're a little bit, I think they're a little bit with a psychological advantage in that they lost to both Louisville and Wisconsin.
Mhm.
I think, that whole thing about
Do you think that's a psychological advantage?
I think the whole thing about beating somebody 3 times in a year, especially if they're really good, is a real thing.
Wisconsin's
It's
done
a
it to
thing.
them.
Yeah. Wisconsin's dominated not just the 2 games this year, but dominated the last 7.
Yeah.
But I think this is a much different team right now.
You don't think that there's less pressure on them because they're not supposed to be here? You think the fact that it's Nebraska that stays there? I mean,
I don't think the pressure
they're the
goes away
darling of
when
the
you're
tournament.
when you're at this level and you have players like Lauren Stivrins and Nicklin Hames and now you're bringing in Lexi Rodriguez and Batenhorst and Krause. I mean, the expectation is you still should go win. And
Well, this wasn't a team
it
that's
doesn't
supposed to
matter.
get to the
Like,
Final
you
Four,
remove
then.
the seeds. It's Nebraska, Pitt, and volleyball.
Yeah.
Like, the expectation is Nebraska should win this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like a second rate. Not that they would be, but they've been definitively worse than both of the teams on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
So far
this year for sure.
That's why I'd say if they lose, maybe it's just the championship game, but if they lose the championship game, hats off to them for a wonderful season.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I don't know what else to.
It's not like it's an all or nothing thing,
right?
At that point, and
It's just
tonight
Pitt.
isn't. Tonight isn't either because they got through Texas, but you want to make it hold up.
They've won 12 of 13 sets in this entire tournament. Crazy. They're playing crazy.
The one they
good
lost
volleyball.
was like a 25-23.
Yeah, to
that they
Texas.
were
Yeah.
leading in.
Yeah.
And I was actually worried was going to put them on tilt.
I did
Because
too.
I have questioned kind of the mental toughness of this group of players for a while because they've done that thing where they get close to beating Wisconsin or close and they just give up the set. Like they've been 2 points away from winning the set against Wisconsin a number of times, and they won their first set this year.
But their defense is so good now. And Lexi Rodriguez, first team All-American, she's amazing. I mean, she's as good. I think she'll be better than Justine Wong Arantes, who was an Olympian. First, I believe, freshman to be first team All-American since, I mean, you're going back way to Sarah Pavin.
Yeah,
their defense is so good. It frustrates teams. It really frustrates teams if they can't kill it right away.
Yeah, they'll have a
Big
chance.
advantage, yeah.
They'll have a chance tonight against Pitt. What do you guys think about Urban Meyer? First coach fired.
I can't wait for him to get back to college football.
Is he done?
We have to wait
is
a while.
he going back to college football anytime soon, you think?
I don't think, and we were talking about this on early break when Bach was filling in. I don't see a team taking a shot on him for a little bit. Like, I think there has to be a passage of time between everything that came out at the end of Jacksonville, how that gets left.
He's
and then
gonna
when he's
gonna like show that he wants to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it has to be a very specific job.
There's going to be some contrition that comes along with it. He's
Yeah.
going to be on television again, and that'll
Right.
give an opportunity to sort of reface what he looks like.
Yeah.
That'll all be there.
But he never wanted to. He was never in the whole Jacksonville thing.
I don't know why he took it. It felt like a disaster
Yeah.
from the start to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he tried to hire Chris Doyle.
He could have waited and then became the coach at USC, where I think he would have had gobs of success.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he didn't do that. And if it was about getting $8 million a year, guess what? All the college football coaches are getting that now.
Yeah.
So he waits 1 year and he takes over at USC.
Yeah, he wants his whole. It's Urban's way.
I think it was an ego to prove that I can go coach in the NFL. And then he got there and
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want to do this.
But he had the
And it
whole
just-
thing about, not wanting to recruit. And that's the attraction for these college coaches to the NFL is I don't want to spend my entire time either recruiting or building a roster. I want to have, 3 days at least of an off season,
But that's why you go to USC and you hire some recruiters and you
Right.
don't have to.
He wants to be able to go to the bar,
Which he
and
owns.
hang out with
Grandchildren.
whoever he wants to hang
and
out
make
with.
videos. He likes to make videos when he goes to the bar.
He wants to be able to kick his kicker.
Might be tough to recruit kickers when he's.
How did that all go down? Where he just walks by him and kicks him in the shin? Is that how that happened?
He was stretching and he
Start
kicked him.
making kicks.
Lambeau said it was the pain factor of a 5 out of 10.
He didn't even kick him that hard. Where did Lambeau say this? I didn't even hear where it came from. Is it like on a podcast
where
or
did
something?
he say this?
I just saw the thing circulating.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
I
a
just saw the
I read it in
headline.
articles.
It's like a
I don't know.
preseason game, so it's been around for a while.
Yeah, he missed his first 3 kicks and they
Yeah.
released him.
Josh Lambeau may have saved the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise forever. Actually,
Does this do anything for Trevor Lawrence? Is this good to get Irvin out? For
Well,
Schaefer and I have talked about this.
I think it was important to move off of this because you don't want to completely ruin your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
And I mean, they already sort of wasted a year at James Robinson, who was really good last year. So
Right.
It's not an unattractive job in the sense that you have a quarterback right away that, in theory, if you can surround him with some good players, gives you a chance to be pretty competitive.
That was kind of
in
the
a
only
division
pitch
that
for Urban,
sucks.
basically. Yeah.
That division sucks.
It's terrible.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're a coach, you should want to go there, I would think.
but the spike game.
Yeah, so this is our other thing. We think we need to put a bunch of money on Jacksonville this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They're just gonna go.
Who are they going
play
against?
Houston,
They're going
who
to play
sucks.
Houston. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Whatever
Spike
the
it.
number is. Spike.
And then we were thinking maybe you got to go over on some of the props, passing yards, rushing yards.
It's the new betting trend, just like
Yeah.
the contract extension fade. It's the spike
So
game.
we're getting on the forefront.
Yes, it's the spike.
Is that a Vegas thing? Is that,
We
is that
just made it
something
up.
way- All right.
We
I
just
like
made it up.
I like it.
So on Monday, when we're talking about how we can't afford to do anything and we can no longer give Christmas gifts.
Yeah, don't
you'll
put
know
that. Don't put too much on it.
We'll test the theory.
How
Quick-
much is too much, Bob?
Depends on
Happer over
depends
here
on what
wanted
you
to
got.
bet on a losing proposition earlier today.
Which one was that?
The Adrian is going to
Oh
return.
yeah. No. I didn't want to bet just $1. Just $1 and a plus.
It's a loss.
That sounds like a segment. Stupid wagers of the week.
Okay, well here's the deal. You want to talk about quarterbacks going back to the schools that they transfer from into the portal. You say there's no chance to go back to the school you originally came from.
For Adrian, I'm saying there's no
Let's
chance.
take a look at Miles Brennan, who just announced that he's going back to LSU.
Wow.
He's not coming to Nebraska.
I'm happy
to
about
run
it.
the Whipple
Wow.
offense.
I don't know about
He's
Want
going
him.
back to LSU.
Nebraska doesn't have a quarterback.
I say Nebraska just goes back to Adrian Martinez.
He's one of the best options in the
It's
portal.
not too late.
It's too late. The boats have been burned.
He's
it's
rejuvenated. He's out.
Yeah.
He's been in the portal. He's
There's
seen
no
what
more
else is out
boats.
there. Come
Ah.
back. Come back, Adrian.
Bach
It's
was
over.
saying on the show the other day, he goes, he's better than anything we have or anything we will have, Adrian, but I don't want him back. And then just the other day he said, I changed my mind. I want him back.
Yeah, I want it back there. Not really, but
The
somewhat.
the portal search continues.
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's big news.
Now for Nebraska football. No Miles Brennan. Who's next, Mark Whipple? Maybe you can get Kenny Pickett another year, his 7th year in college or something like that.
I don't think so.
He's
Those
only
boats have been
35.
burned too.
The boats have been burned. Schaefer's big thing today. All right, we'll turn it over to you guys.
All right.
Tom and Bach is next. We are done for today. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.